WHSQ and WCBS-FM HD2, New York.
This is so difficult to watch. It is so difficult to watch. In the NFL today, it might be a concept that appears to be foreign to some. But the completion of the forward pass is a vital cog in success these days. It is Bart Carlin on ESPN New York, on the ESPN New York app, and on YouTube. I am Chris Carlin. He is Bart Scott. He will be here shortly. He is making his way over from his appearance on Get Up this morning. And we, of course, have plenty to discuss in relation to the New York Jets from last night. We will absolutely discuss the Giants and the Packers this weekend, a game that is incredibly important to Green Bay. And I don't know if the Giants truly have a chance to win this game, but I will be very interested to get Bart's take because I'm told that he took the Packers this morning on Get Up. We will also, he took the Giants? Yes, he took the Giants. I misspoke that he took the Giants, and I don't see how the Giants can possibly win this game. Get it together, Chunky. We have started the show. Wake up! Here's the problem. When you have a quarterback that really has difficulty completing a pass, you can't win. And I, for the life of me, cannot understand why we are still watching Justin Fields. And you might say to yourself, hey, you're in the tank. What's the difference? You're not really in the tank. Not all in the tank, and we know that. So let's discuss. As I'm watching the Jets lose to the Patriots last night, was it unexpected? Of course not. I would not have expected them to win that game. I thought they actually played reasonably well. You saw them on the first drive when it was completely scripted and Fields got into a good rhythm. But then when it became unscripted and the Patriots were getting pressure and they were able to figure out exactly what the Jets were doing and running the ball, and mysteriously the Jets got away from running the ball a little bit, then it all came together for New England. These are things that are going to happen when you are a bad football team. The Jets, for those who are unaware, are a bad football team. I continue to be befuddled by many, many things, but let's start with the quarterback. How do we justify playing him? How is it that Tyrod Taylor doesn't play? This is not about one guy being more definitively good than the other. It is how bad must the other guy be for Fields still to be playing? There's nothing left here in terms of wherever the Jets are headed this season. It's nowhere good. They all know that. That's why they made the trades that they did when they did. But it wasn't about completely folding the tents either. It was about Aaron Glenn trying to show his team that we still need to plow forward, we still need to try to win games, and we still need to put ourselves in the best position possible to build the culture that we want to build. I don't see where one plays into the other. You can't say that winning games is important and then play Justin Fields. You can't do it anymore. What are we watching? I mean, just as an example, the intentional grounding call tells you exactly where you are. Think about that play as that unfolded. You had no one in the middle of the field. You had two receivers out to the right, and you had one out to the left and another one way downfield, and you threw it to where there was nobody in the area code. Not the zip code, the area code. That was thrown to someone in the Albany area. They were playing in Foxborough, in the 508 as they call it, or whatever the hell it is, 617. I don't know. You get the point. That just shows you how completely lost he is, how he cannot read a defense to save his life. You want to complain about what he has to work with? Hey, you're well within your rights to do that. I am not going to make these receivers, especially A.D. Mitchell, who flashed in a moment or two, but otherwise was unremarkable. John Mechie had a defensive back completely fall to the ground and was standing alone to catch a touchdown pass. There are not a lot of dynamic players on the Jet offense, and by not a lot, I mean none, outside of Breece Hall right now. So again, this wasn't about me expecting the Jets to win last night. This was about how it conflicts with how bad the quarterback is to trying to win games. If you're really, truly trying to say to your players, we want to win games because that's important to us, you don't trot this guy out there. You were fortunate to win last week when he had -5 yards passing in the first half. And then he finished with 40-some yards, all of which could be credited on a screen pass to Breece Hall for a touchdown. That's it. There's nothing else to discuss there. So if you really, truly are trying to win, only one thing can be true. It's either A, Tyrod Taylor is god-awful on the practice field and is worse than Justin Fields is on the game field. And if that's the case, how do you justify Tyrod Taylor even being on a roster if you're worse than what I'm watching with Fields? Or B, you are trying to tank, and you're just going to keep running Fields out there because you want to lose games. Okay, but listen, don't try to sell me otherwise. You don't have to come out and say we're tanking because that doesn't make any sense. But please, when you're airing Glenn, don't talk about how important it is for your team to win games. Talk about the progress and development of your team more than that. Number 2. A night like last night continues to raise my antenna on whether or not Aaron Glenn can actually be a good head coach. And the reason for that is not just about Fields. It has a lot more to do with the discipline thing, which does not appear to be going away. I don't understand how this can continue to happen. How do these mistakes happen? The penalty that wiped out the sack, the illegal contact downfield that was committed against Mac Hollins, who you could say is a deep threat if you'd like to say that and you need something to help you sleep. Folks, Mac Hollins was drafted 9 years ago to be a special teams player in the 5th round by the Eagles. And he is a nice player. He's turned into a decent receiver, but we have to commit those kinds of penalties. The dumb penalties that continue to happen are just inexcusable. So if we're going to continue to preach discipline, we're going to preach not making mistakes, but those mistakes are going to still happen, and you've got 7 penalties last night, including a couple that wiped out big plays for you on both sides of the ball. I can't hear about it anymore. Here's Aaron Glenn on the loss.
Again, we're all accountable for that. As far as coaches, make sure we put our guys in the right position. The receivers, make sure they catch the ball. And then we can say, Justin, make sure he's getting the ball to some other guys. But to me, that was really it. Because there were some plays out there to be made. I thought he had some really good throws. We just got to finish those things.
Yeah, we got to finish those things. And there was also a point where he talked about the lack of discipline and the continued problems with the penalties. And I'm not going to lie to you. As I look at our screen and I don't see that particular cut, doesn't really matter. I could have taken it from any game this year after the game, and he would be saying the exact same thing. We have to cut those out. We have to be better on those. Well, Aaron, when does that happen? Were we sold a bill of goods here on Glenn being a bit of a disciplinarian and somebody that was going to – I think he's held guys accountable. He's taken guys out of games. He hasn't played guys for extended periods. I give him credit for that. But why is it that the message isn't getting through? Why is it that the mistakes keep getting made? If we're going to be truthful, I would go back and look and realize that last year, the most penalized defense in the NFL was that of the Detroit Lions. Have the Lions, outside of Aiden Hutchinson, over the last few years, struck anybody as being a dominant defense? No. It has been much more about the Lions scoring a ton of points on offense. That has been what has directly been related to their success. So if we've been sold a bill of goods here on Aaron Glenn, I want to continue to give him an opportunity. But when these themes just do not go away, when do I start to raise that red flag? When do I start to question what's going on and question if I have the right guy in place? I don't think it's going to be after year one. Woody likes him too much. But it should be sooner rather than later. I don't think it's an unfair suggestion. Number 3. He is a pillar of this network, Kirk Herbstreit. And he is fantastic as an analyst. Here's what I don't need last night. I don't need to be preached at the beginning of the game and to be told, well, this is not about Justin Fields' ability. He can make every throw that there is. And all this goes on and on about that. Did not really get into what the problem is. And then later on, as he is trying to sell hope for the Jets, which is something that has been sold and sold and sold and sold for so many years, you are actually pointing out the draft in 2 years and Arch Manning. Because we all acknowledge how bad the draft quarterback situation has gotten for this year. Well, I'd hold out now for 2 years because they positioned themselves well, and I would try to get Arch Manning. Okay, Kirk, couple things. Can Arch Manning play? Because most of us don't know yet. He's got some okay numbers this year. We don't know if Arch Manning can play. He was god-awful at the beginning of the year. Secondly, we're really going to stake this on a draft pick in 2 years. You're going to be in position to get whoever it is. Don't sit there and tell me that Arch Manning, a full 2 years away from coming out in the draft, could be the solution for the Jets. Number 3, can we at least acknowledge there's a good chance the Manning family is never going to let that happen because they've already done it to the Jets. They did it with Peyton, and he went back to school. If the Jets were not picking first the year that Peyton decided to go back, he would have come out and would have been going somewhere else. Mark my words. They did it with Eli when it came to the Chargers. They were not going to let him go to a place where he could not thrive and survive. Survive and thrive, for that matter. And he ended up with the Giants, and he ended up thriving for the most part. Do we think for a second that you can pin the hopes of the Manning name out there on the wall for the Jet fan to look at from 2 years away and honestly believe that that is a fair thing to talk about? Stop. And I'll be fair about this. You have to, when you are broadcasting these games, you have to handle things with a certain tact because you do get to see and hear things that most fans don't get to see and hear. You get a better sense of what is actually going on in the building or what they want you to believe is going on in the building. Nobody wants to be portrayed badly, and no analyst should ever really come out and just start ripping the team to shreds and ripping the player to shreds before it even begins. I don't even think this is an Ohio State thing with Fields. I think it's Kirk feeling bad for what's gone on with Fields this season and where his career in year 5 has gone. When Kirk is talking about this is not the ability of the player. He can make every throw. I can listen to that in year 1. I can listen to that in year 2. I cannot listen to that in year 5. Stop. He is not an NFL quarterback, period. End of paragraph. That's it. So there was a little bit of insult to insult last night in watching that game for the Jet fan. And I did not love that. And then there's Woody Johnson. So do I have this right? Is this an actual lawsuit, Ray, with Woody Johnson, that he is suing the NFLPA? Is that an actual lawsuit that's happening?
I believe it's a grievance he's trying to, the league is filing against the NFLPA.
Okay. So, yesterday, he decides to file a grievance against the NFLPA because they want to eliminate the league's annual report cards. We always get those, right? I think they usually come out somewhere early, midsummer, something like that, where players are polled about teams, about facilities, about food, about what kind of an atmosphere, about all of that stuff. Guess who finished last? And now Woody, instead of taking that tool and looking in the mirror and saying, how do we be better? You'll remember at the time, he came out at one of the meetings, was asked about it, and said, yeah, I think that's all crap. It's one of the owners' meetings. Oh, I think that's all garbage. I don't think that means anything. But now it means enough to where you're filing a grievance against the NFLPA. No, let's not look at what the problems are and what these players are telling me. What are they showing me that I'm doing wrong as an owner? And let me try to fix this. And let me try to get rid of the possibility of someone thinking as they're making a decision to whether to go to the Jets or to go somewhere else that I have an awful atmosphere and bad facilities and bad food to be around and all of that. Don't ever think that somehow this could possibly be my fault. No. Don't ever take criticism and use it for something that is positive and constructive. No. You sit there like a whiny rich kid and you file a grievance because you didn't like what the players said about you. Grow up. Grow up. Stop it. What a complete and utter joke. Never ask a rich man's son for advice. Never ask a rich man's son for advice. What is this? I know people who swear by him as a person. That's fine. That's fine. I'm sure he's a fine person. I know that people give away all kinds of money to charities and how generous the Jets can be and how generous every organization can be in the league. You are doing nothing to help your team. You are making it worse. Instead of saying, what am I doing wrong? You're saying, no, that's all fake news and crap, and I'm going to file a grievance. How do you think that helps the perception of you and your organization when it comes to players considering your team down the road? It makes it worse. That's why Arch Manning, in 2 years, that I'm supposed to pin my hopes to, is never going to be a Jet. And I don't even know that that kid could play yet. But he's got the freaking last name, and I'm supposed to be tied up in that. I'm supposed to pin my hopes to that. And by the way, we're raising season ticket prices for the 5th consecutive year when this team is a complete and utter embarrassment. When this team can't complete a forward pass. Just try. Try a little bit. Look at the mirror. Self-assessment. Therapy. I got to be honest. Personally, I don't think therapy works for me because I'm still angry, clearly. I can't get rid of it. I don't know what's going on. I had my therapy yesterday. Did I come out of it feeling a little bit better? Yeah, I guess I did. But listen, jury's out. But that has more to do with me. Point is, I'm showing up to it every week to look in the mirror and to try to figure out how I can be a better and happier person and a healthier person. Woody Johnson would just tell me therapy's crap. And then he would file a grievance against therapy. I don't know why. I truly don't know why. The last 4 minutes, I got so aggravated about that. But it is, when I see injustice for fan bases in sports, I guess in society too, but when I see injustice in sports for fan bases, I get really frustrated. And I have too many friends who have suffered. Let the owners file a grievance against the NFLPA for their report cards. Don't you dare tell me what I could possibly be doing wrong. Oh. Wow. Bart will be here shortly. So will Canty. I don't have much left in the voice. Calling the Giants game on Sunday. At least right now I am. I don't know if they're going to let me in the stadium since the Jets own half of it. And it's nothing personal against them. It's just get a clue. I don't know. Is it personal when I tell somebody to get a clue? It's just pay attention. When people continually point out problems, try to do something with it. Make yourself better or make your organization better. There are people that swear by him as a guy. I do not know him personally. I only know of his actions. And actions like this are dumb. And all of that comes to me after what I witnessed last night, where your quarterback cannot even complete a forward pass. Oh, but you know what? I forgot. I totally forgot. The owner already told me that he can't complete a forward pass. Remember that about a few weeks ago? Came out publicly and said that. I hate to put it this way. I can say that. Woody, you can't. Not publicly. David and Elizabeth, start us off.
Oh, man, you know what's so crazy? I was using so much profound language before you got on, Chef. Thank you for coming on while I wasn't talking too crazy.
Yeah.
I should file a grievance on Woody Johnson for taking all our money all the time and putting out bad products. All right, man, so we're just going to get straight into it. Yo, for our star quarterback to have elementary school yardage is embarrassing. Then, like, we all knew they were going to take
back up. Star?
Yeah, he's not a star.
No, he's not. You caught up a little word salad there. It happens to me. I lean on words sometimes that I shouldn't, and I end up saying something I shouldn't.
Trust me, Chef. I already know. Very, very terrible. Very terrible. And like, you called it out on the money, man. Like, this is just embarrassing, man. It's embarrassing. Like, I got one of my coworkers here. He's a Patriots fan. He's not rubbing it in my face. He's being cool about it. But, like, you know, me and him, we spoke about it, and he's like, you know, like, I feel a way that your team always puts its products out on the field. And I'm like, that's honestly how I feel. And then the owner, they don't even care. And you nailed it on the money. Thank God you said this. I'm sorry. Aaron Glenn, this is the first time you guys are hearing this. I think you're right, Carlin. He ain't the guy, brother.
I'm not sure yet. I want to be fair about this, David. I'm not sure yet that he's not the guy. But right now, the things that I see don't lend a great deal of confidence to the situation. When you go and you continue to make the point about discipline, about penalties, and they continue to happen, and none of it changes, what am I supposed to do with that? There's a disconnect between you talking about it and it actually getting through. There are coaches that will walk in the door and that immediately changes. It might be that he doesn't quite have the cachet of it yet to really have that come across and players take it fully seriously and feel like there are going to be repercussions for it. And he has delivered repercussions, yet it's still not getting through. So that is a reflection on him. Bart and Carlin on ESPN New York and on the ESPN New York app and on YouTube. Here's what I won't take either. Let's see this. Where is it? Why are you turning red about report cards? This is Josh. Idiotic take. They'll find any reason to pile on the Jets. Josh on the video, on the chat, on the YouTube page. They'll find any reason to pile on the Jets. Is this piling on? This is not piling on, dude. This is just all based in fact and what you see. If you don't want to see it, that's on you. That's fine. Good for you. Continue to live in your green-colored world and let people keep telling you everything's going to be fine. And we've got the right guy. And they'll do it in 2 years. When you can get your quarterback then? 2 years from now, maybe in the draft, when that family goes out of their way to make sure that the kid doesn't go play for you. By the way, we don't even know if he can play yet. That's even the larger insult of it all. All he's got is a last name right now. Bart will be here shortly, I hope. Canty will be here shortly. I hope he's mad at me. We'll explain why in short order as well. I don't know if you know what it's like to have a guy who's, 6'8", and 3 bills, although I'm 3 bills too, right next to you and angry at you. But you'll see it in moments. Bart and Carlin, ESPN New York.
1-877 Cars for Kids. KARS Cars for Kids. 1-877 Cars for Kids. Donate your car today. 1-877 Cars for Kids. KARS Cars for Kids. 1-877 Cars for Kids. Donate your car today.
Ready to get rid of that old car? Donate it to Cars for Kids. Call 1-877-CARS-FOR-KIDS to reach a friendly live agent. Donation is super easy, and your car can be picked up as soon as tomorrow. Call us now, 877-CARS-FOR-KIDS. That's Cars with a K to donate your car today.
1-877 Cars for Kids. KARS Cars for Kids. 1-877 Cars for Kids. Donate your.
Did you know you can donate real estate too? Go to carsforkids.org. That's carsforkids.org.
Heavy traffic and a crash on the Belt Parkway now, eastbound by Pennsylvania Avenue. At least one lane is closed, and delays go almost back to Sheepshead Bay on the eastbound Belt Parkway. Heavy traffic on the inbound Gowanus BQE combo. Looks like a crash there in the trench up by Atlantic Avenue. And we've got slowdowns on the LIE westbound into the BQE. Southbound BQE slow to the Kosciuszko Bridge with construction work set up. And the Hudson River crossings in from New Jersey, still about 10 minutes. George Washington Bridge, better at the Lincoln or Holland tunnels. 287 in New Jersey. A vehicle fire on the ramp to 78 East. That's 287 North to East 78. And the Turnpike southbound Jersey Pike, south of Exit 9. It's a tractor-trailer action from earlier this morning. Still the shoulder blocked in the truck lanes. I'm Bob Williams on 880 ESPN New York.
Listen up, football fans. At Bet365. Gambling problem? Call 1-800-GAMBLER. 21 plus only. Must be physically located in New Jersey. T&Cs apply. In-app only.
Hey, bro. Weirdest thing is happening at the game. This guy sitting next to me says, "You're our good luck charm." Every time I crack a Bud Light, we score a touchdown. Now his entire family wants to buy me Bud Lights. I think I'm some kind of a football prophet. Talk soon. The team needs me.
Anything for Bud Light, the official beer sponsor of the NFL. Stock up today. Enjoy responsibly. Copyright 2025 Anheuser-Busch Bud Light Beer, St. Louis, Missouri.
This is DiPietro and Rothenberg.
Dropped by Fields, and now it looks like New England has recovered.
I don't think they're giving themselves a legitimate chance to win football games with Justin Fields as their quarterback.
We're all accountable for that. Coaches, make sure we put our guys in the right position. Justin, make sure we get the ball to some other guys.
They're still an undisciplined team.
Details and discipline. That was a box that we didn't check.
A lot of miscommunication out there. Guys not on the same page.
I, as a fan now, think we should lose.
And I don't think that's wrong.
This is DiPietro and Rothenberg.
Why?
Why? How is this possible?
Ask Rich.
Ask Rich. Morning Start with DiPietro and Rothenberg. Weekdays from 6 to 10 on ESPN New York and streaming live on YouTube.
Empower. Jen has ordered a decadent seafood tower, king crab legs, lobster tails, and a waterfall of caviar. Pricey? You bet. But Jen worked with Empower on her savings and investment strategy and planned for splurges like these. She got good at money, so she can be a little bad. Ooh, champagne. Empower. Invest well, live a little. Start today at empower.com.
Past performance is not indicative of future returns. Investing involves risk. You may lose money. Advisory services are provided for a fee by Empower Advisory Group, LLC, EAG, a registered investment advisor with the Securities and Exchange Commission. OMG, those shrimps are really jumbo.
Hey, fans! Welcome back to Fansville's Cheers and Tears. Oh. Okay, so like everybody deals with losing, right? To a rival on a last-second field goal. Whatever, it's fine. I'm totally fine. But I cope with losing with an ice-cold Dr. Pepper. Those 23 flavors are like so delicious. They totally wash away the pain of your college football team taking a big fat L. College football. It's a pepper thing.
All right, I got nothing left, so it's all yours. I know you did 2 hours this morning, but there's nothing left in the tank after the last 25 minutes.
I mean, it's all fresh in my head. They haven't heard my take yet, unless you watched SNY postgame yesterday. We were so positive and so hyped for what could happen yesterday. And I feel like when I'm listening to Glenn, and listen, I want the best for him and I want the best for the team. I feel like I'm watching political TV. It's like, you know that we know that you're not being truthful. But we're supposed to pretend that you don't know. It's like, I don't know if I'm listening to Aaron Glenn or Mike Johnson talking about, I have to watch the film. Really? You have to watch the film to see that your quarterback hasn't thrown for over 125 yards in like 5 games this year? Like,
you know what's funny? Remember yesterday when I was screaming about that bet? And it was, if he throws for over 100 yards, it's minus 230. If over 125, it was minus 130. So in other words, the odds were basically cut in half. He threw for 116.
116. It's like he's on a list that
anybody who ever says that Vegas doesn't know, Vegas knows.
He's on a list now with guys like Mark Brunell, who was like 50. He's on a list with Jamarcus Russell and Josh McCown, for guys who have played in 9 games that have thrown for like under 1,400 yards. Like, that's virtually damn near impossible. Like, it was hard to watch. And he always draws you in with the first drive. And like, you look up like, oh man, they scored on the first drive. Look at how good this is. And you're like, wait, you threw for 26 yards on this drive. A lot of scrambling, but that you can't. That's not an offense. Scrambling isn't an offense. Like, and, you know, people want to get – it feels like people are more upset that A.D. Mitchell dropped the long ball that hit him in his hands, which still was a basket over-the-shoulder catch with one of the best DBs on you. But it's like everybody's held accountable but Justin Fields. Now I don't understand it. Quincy Williams started yesterday, but he was benched because of his play. Well, God, if his play was bad, then why the hell is Justin Fields still starting?
I have no answer.
Does Tyrod have no, like, desire? Like, hey, Tyrod, you want to go? Nah, I'm good.
Here's what I thought. One of 3 things. A, did Tyrod really do something to tick off Aaron Glenn? Like, did he hit on Aaron Glenn's wife and he didn't even realize it, or did something stupid like that? No, I don't think so. Of course not. Number 2, is Tyrod honestly that bad on the practice field that he is worse than this? Because I do want to give coaches the benefit of the doubt that they give the guy the ball that they think gives him the best chance to win.
No, because we saw Tyrod play this year. It wasn't bad. And he offered some of the things that Justin Fields offers up, but he offered a better passing performance. He gave you some of the athleticism, but we've seen Tyrod play this year, and it wasn't bad. And as Chris Canty comes in, he understands that it's virtually impossible. I went over the list of Jets quarterbacks over the years, and I can't think of one that has performed. Maybe Trevor Siemian. Worse than Justin Fields has. I mean,
and it's not like all those quarterbacks are 30 years ago. You can pick a lot of them now and think about pretty recent memory about how bad it's been.
Zach Wilson.
Never looked that bad.
What's his brother's name? Not Chris. Matt Sims.
Yeah.
Like Geno Smith. Like, you can go over the list of guys over the years and say, man, it wasn't that bad. 116 yards? And that's like your fourth highest total of the year? Like, it's hard to watch and it's hard to digest. And I know, Chris, he's your friend, but when I hear Aaron Glenn talk, I feel like I'm listening to political TV. We know that he know that what he's saying is some BS, and he just keep expecting us to believe it. Like, I have to go read the report. Like, bro, Stevie Wonder don't need to go see the film to realize that Justin Fields is struggling. And the fact that, listen, the football guys were trying to help us. The dude checking Mechie tripped and fell, and he threw the lollipop. I mean, I'm watching A.D. Mitchell come across the middle, and he's throwing a 95-mile-an-hour four-seam fastball. Like, bro, he's right there. Can we get a friendly ball?
I mean, listen, the throw that he made to A.D. Mitchell down the sideline against Gonzalez, that's as friendly as it gets. You can't walk it to him any better. That's a drop by A.D. Mitchell.
Yes, but I feel like we're harder on A.D. Mitchell than we are on Justin Fields for the other plays that he made. Like, Breece Hall is literally in the flat saying, hey, I'm right here, and he don't even see him. How are you not looking for Breece Hall as your check down if you get in trouble?
Well, what's your options, Bart? You were going to turn to Tyrod Taylor in the week that was supposed to happen. Tyrod Taylor was hurt. So what's your options? You're asking him to pick between the lesser of two evils.
Well, give me
the reality is that his quarterback ain't on the roster right now. And Justin Fields, based on his athleticism, the physical traits, will allow them to play a brand of football where they can make it a fourth-quarter game against what we all acknowledge is one of the very best teams in the NFL. I thought last night was a statement game in a loss for what the New York Jets are going to be in the second half. Aaron Glenn winning the coin toss, getting possession of the ball, taking the ball, marching 14 plays, 72 yards. Something to be said for them trying to set a tone. I can appreciate how they're trying to turn a corner with the way that they're playing. They still had the boneheaded turnover in the fourth quarter. That can't happen with Justin Fields in terms of a giveaway. Not in that type of spot when you're trying to get back in that game. You can't have some of the after-the-whistle fouls with the unsportsmanlike conducts, unnecessary roughness. But I feel like those things are starting to try to get cleaned up. And I can appreciate the brand of football that the New York Jets have played over the last month.
I can't appreciate the fact that the game, they could have won this game or made it a lot more competitive. But it was
a touchdown game to start the fourth quarter.
In the second half.
It was, but we knew it. We knew they weren't winning that game.
What I'm saying is, in the second half, he should have went to Tyrod because it was clear that his quarterback was incapable.
This is where I am. Of course, Chris Canty is with us on Sportsmanlike every morning, 6 to 10 a.m. with Evan Cohen and Michelle Smallman on ESPN Radio, and, of course, on First Take as well earlier in the week. Is it just Tyrod is just that much worse than Fields? Because Fields, I will not deny that he can run the ball, but he cannot complete the forward pass.
Justin Fields is a better runner at this stage of his career than Tyrod Taylor is.
Yeah, but
I get that. What about having the threat of the pass?
You don't score that touchdown on the first drive without Justin Fields' ability to be able to run. He had two nice runs, two huge gains on the ground, and then, of course, the touchdown.
Yep.
I mean, those don't happen without Justin Fields being your quarterback.
But then later in the game, the rest of the game, when it's not scripted, what are we doing?
Okay, listen, guys, all of the criticisms toward the quarterback play are all fair. I'm not trying to dispute.
I agree, they don't
I'm
have
not trying to dispute that. But what we ain't going to sit here and do is bash on Aaron Glenn when he's trying to tap dance around the fact that he don't have a quarterback.
But he's holding everybody else accountable but the quarterback. And to me,
he got to go out there and play with one of those guys, Bart. What do you want him to do?
I want him to be consistent. You bench Quincy Williams for a rookie quarterback.
They were going to bench Justin Fields.
So
Tyrod got hurt.
So
but Tyrod's not hurt now.
Yeah, he's not on every injury report.
Guys, I understand that. You went to bench Justin Fields.
Yes.
Tyrod got hurt.
Yes.
You had to start Justin Fields.
Yes.
Since that decision.
And he threw for 52 yards.
Let me finish my statement. Since that decision, last night was the first game that you lost. Okay? All right, you won 2 games. in a row after you made the decision to bench Justin Fields with Justin Fields as your starting quarterback.
But
and you made it a competitive game in which nobody thought you could on the road in Foxborough.
But you won 2 games and you benched Quincy Williams. So when you won and you beat Cleveland, your quarterback threw the forward pass in the modern era to the tune of 52 yards, and you thought that, okay, let's give him another chance?
Bart, you're comparing Quincy Williams to the quarterback. It's not comparable. Wins aren't a linebacker stat. I know you want them to be because you're the mad backer.
No, I get it.
And you feel like the position is undervalued. But wins are not a linebacker stat. Wins are a quarterback stat.
But when your quarterback is on a list with Josh McCown and Jamarcus Russell as a guy has thrown for less yards in 9 games, he's thrown the forward football pass in the modern era to the tune of like 1,400 yards. 3 games this year, he's thrown for 60 or less yards. Like that is like, how you telling me that we trying to? You telling me I have to be perfect? I much rather Tyrod Taylor go in there and throw 3 interceptions and we get blown the hell out than I sit up there and watch an inept quarterback sit up and like.
You think
set
it's
football?
You think it's better for the Jets to get blown out than to play the way they did last night?
I think to have a chance to be able to compete and an actual chance to win. With that Patriots team that showed up yesterday with Tyrod Taylor in the second half, would have gave them a better chance to win the football game. You're saying we're trying to win the football game, but you're not making the decisions to let us win the football game when our quarterback is thrown for 26 yards in the first half of a football game. I mean, when is the last time Georgia Tech has thrown for less than 50 yards in a half?
Well, listen, the Philadelphia Eagles had 2 halves of football earlier on this season where they had 0 yards passing, and they have the best record in the conference. So I get where you're going with the passing thing, but I think the overall picture that Aaron Glenn is trying to paint for everybody by continuing to roll with Justin Fields or considering him continuing to keep Justin Fields as the quarterback is that this team, as constituted, can only win in a rock fight. You're not going to win in a shootout with Tyrod Taylor dropping back 35 times, bro. It's not going to happen. You're just not that team.
What about Tyrod 20 times? What about Tyrod? What about any Tyrod?
What he's saying is our strength is running the football, and the quarterback, Justin Fields, is a better runner than Tyrod Taylor, and he makes us more dynamic when it comes to our overall strength. Listen, for better or worse, that's what they've shown over the last month of football, and they got 2 wins for it.
It's Bart and Carlin on ESPN New York and on the ESPN New York app. There are other aspects of this we want to get into next. Canty is with us for the next while. We will step aside. He's also ticked at me. We got to get into that, too.
Yeah.
Hey, thanhanks for the invite, too.
Yeah, there you go.
To the baby.
Well, you know, we're actually friends.
The baby shower.
I just found out today that Carlin and I are just work friends.
That hurts.
We're not real friends. Ooh. You and I are actual friends. We've hung out outside of work.
Where's the registry at?
Huh?
Where's the registry?
It's on the invite.
Oh, okay.
It's on the invite.
Well, you know, I'm electronically
I know
challenged.
You're technologically challenged.
Yeah.
I got you.
I'm radio. I'm radio when it comes to that.
I'll help you out.
Radio gonna put it on. All right.
It's next on ESPN New York.
I like that one, Coke.
This is Don, Hahn, and Rosenberg.
I'm happy today that Shane is staying because that means that it's not John Mara making the decision on who the next head coach would be. Feel awful about Shane and think that he has done a terrible job. He's still more equipped to make the decision on who the next head coach is than John Mara is to pick the next general manager and head coach.
Don, Hahn, and Rosenberg. Weekdays at 3 on ESPN New York and streaming live on YouTube.
FanDuel Friday is turning it up with NBA Happy Hour. Every Friday from 6 to 7:30 p.m. Eastern, FanDuel is dropping limited-time specials to get you in the zone. Boosts, bonuses, surprises, all designed to bring that Friday energy. This isn't just another promo, it's your weekly pregame. NBA Happy Hour every Friday, 6 to 7:30 Eastern. Only on FanDuel, official sportsbook partner of the NBA. Every Friday from 6 to 7:30 p.m. Eastern, FanDuel is dropping limited-time specials to get you in the zone. Visit FanDuel.com/K to grab your reward before the clock expires. 21 plus and physically present in New York. Opt-in required. Rewards are non-withdrawable. Restrictions apply, including bonus and token expiration. leg requirements, and max wager amount. See terms at sportsbook.fanduel.com. For help with a gambling problem, call 1-877-8-HOPE-NY or text HOPE-NY. That's 467-369.
D'Agostino & Associates is a legacy firm, and I'm proud to be a part of that legacy. I'm Jenna D'Agostino, and like my father, I fight to get justice for the injured.
The hustle and grit of these streets shaped me. I'm John D'Agostino, and from the concrete to the courtroom, I built this injury firm 35 years ago to get accident victims justice. So call my team first, 1-800-BITE-BACK. That's 1-800-248-3222.
You want justice? Think Jenna D'Agostino. Think D'Agostino & Associates. Justice isn't just a word. For us, it's a way of life. It's having compassion for your struggle and getting you paid for your pain. Now that's justice. D'Agostino & Associates means being there for the injured.
Seriously injured? Call my team first at 1-800-BITE-BACK. That's 1-800-248-3222. D'Agostino & Associates has offices throughout New York and New Jersey and will come to you. I've been there, and I'll be there for you. D'Agostino Law, Bite Back.
A Progressive Home and Auto Bundle can protect you round the clock, but we can't protect you from those painful moments in sports.
Oh, I can't believe we blew a 5-touchdown lead.
Sure, but you got to feel like they were going to win for almost the entire game.
But I was about to buy playoff tickets.
So you were prepared for a good time. That's pretty nice.
It's the worst loss any team has ever had.
And you got to witness history.
Okay, we're done here.
Well, at least your home and auto are protected with a bundle from Progressive. Progressive Casualty Insurance Company affiliates and other insurers. Not available in all states or situations.
This is the story of the one. As a maintenance supervisor at a manufacturing facility, he knows keeping the line up and running is a top priority. That's why he chooses Grainger. Because when a drive belt gets damaged, Grainger makes it easy to find the exact specs for the replacement product he needs. And next day delivery helps ensure he'll have everything in place and running like clockwork. Call 1-800-GRAINGER, click Grainger.com, or just stop by. Grainger, for the ones who get it done.
In the city that never sleeps and never stops talking sports, ESPN New York is always on. Now you can live and breathe everything New York sports wherever you are. On your radio dial, on the ESPN New York app, and streaming live on YouTube. However you watch or listen, ESPN New York is always on for you. Hear us, stream us, watch us. This is ESPN New York.
He thought I did. I don't know.
I did.
Should we get into this?
We should.
All right.
We have to, actually.
Chris Canty is here, of course, and on Sportsmanlike every morning, 6 to 10 a.m. on ESPN Radio, on ESPN2 with Michelle Smallman and Evan Cohen.
What you did was Unsportsmanlike this morning.
See, this is just...
Bart, I got to set the scene for you.
Please, I'd love to hear your version.
I got to set the scene for you. So, Bart, when the big fella walks into the studio to jump on our show, he makes it a point to let it be known that he's not working tomorrow. You know, he always calls Rutgers football game. He's the voice of Rutgers football during football season.
I was asked. Of course, I didn't say, hey, everybody, I'm off.
And he's the voice of the NFL on ESPN Radio. He acknowledged that he's doing Packers-Giants, so it's a home game for him. He's not on the road. Yeah. So he is actually here tomorrow without work responsibilities. Yeah. Now, I did not anticipate that Chris Carlin would be free.
Yeah, I did see this tomorrow.
But when I found out that he was, I immediately sent the invite to him and Cheryl to come to my baby shower for Mel and I's firstborn child, our son, which is tomorrow.
Mufasa.
And it's in the city, exactly. I'm going to be like Rafiki holding him up. Believe that. But, dog, I sent the invite to Carlin, and he says, well, whoa, cowboy. Just because I'm not working doesn't mean I'm free to attend. And I'm like, well, you know what? First weekend off in a long time. I can understand if he has some obligations. The wife is roping him into something. He's got plans for tomorrow. No. He volunteers his plans, Dino. He volunteers his plans, Bart. You know what he has to do that will preclude him from coming to my baby shower?
I hope it ain't Home Depot.
Having a damn couch delivered. Chris Carlin says he's not going to be able to attend my baby shower. He nor his wife will be able to attend the baby shower of my firstborn child, my son, because he's expecting a couch to be delivered at some point tomorrow.
Was it a lazy boy? At least?
Your Honor?
No, lazy boy is his behavior because he doesn't want to come to the damn baby shower.
I'm not going to deny that. It doesn't have to do with lazy not wanting to go to the baby shower. It's, why wouldn't I want to go to the baby shower if I had gotten it more than 24 hours in advance?
It is more than 24 hours in advance.
It's 28 hours in advance.
Okay,
Sorry.
exactly. All right.
So here's my problem. Number one.
I just got mine.
So you got yours today, too.
I just got it a couple minutes ago.
I think it's a couple things here. I think, number one, I don't know that there was ever a moment where you realized, oh, he's free, let me invite him. It's, maybe I forgot to invite him. Maybe I forgot to invite him early. That's one. But I'll let that go. If that's not the case, I could be wrong about that. Number two, it's a day before. If it was reversed and you just had your first day off in a while, well, would I expect you to necessarily come? I probably wouldn't. But then, and I wouldn't get mad at you not coming. But then third, you know me, and you know how important a couch would be in my life. My couch, I would argue, would be as important as your child is to you.
Wow.
Wow. I do not have children.
Wow.
Look at me.
Furniture is as important as a child?
A couch?
Furniture?
Yeah. Yes.
Wow.
Yes.
The disrespect.
And fourth, by the way, and you know this is true. The couch is like the cable company, although I don't know these days that I should really bring up the cable company too much. But the couch is like the cable company in that it's a window.
The window?
1 to 4. That's when they're coming.
Is that the window where you're expecting the couch to be delivered?
Now, if the couch was being delivered in the morning, would I come? Absolutely, I would.
Can I ask you a question?
Yeah.
Serious question.
Yeah.
Can Cheryl not be the one to receive the couch?
Look at me. Look at me.
I'm looking at it.
When it comes to the couch, I'm the captain now.
You the
Do you think
oh my God.
we are going to lay out that kind of money? There are some things I will not take an interest in the house. And I have made that very clear.
So you're going to make damn sure it's the couch that you want.
We're going to be right about that.
There's nothing wrong with it. It's perfect. You can't leave this up to the wife.
I have been.
You got to take care of this
it's not
yourself.
that I don't trust her.
Okay.
It's that, let's just say physically,
You have the most to lose if it's not right.
Exactly.
I got you.
There's the most on the line.
Okay. So being the considerate friend to you that clearly you're not to me, but being somebody that's thinking outside of the box when it comes to this little dilemma that we're having, have you not thought to contact the furniture company to see if there's an earlier window that they can deliver the couch, slip the delivery guys a couple of bucks, and that way it can be done and settled so you have the early afternoon free to attend the shower. And here's the thing. I don't need you to stay at the shower the entire time.
Just pull up.
Just pull up. Just pop up. It's a 4-hour window from 1 to 5. Show up. Show love. See my baby in my wife's belly. Have a steak. We got chicken and waffles there, too. We got a nice little spread that you can dive into. Trust me, the food's going to be right.
You're right. I should know that.
It's open bar, top shelf.
Okay.
It's going to be a nice groove. We got Dwayne Wade's DJ Louis V coming through.
Okay.
On the 1s and 2s. It's going to be a stone cold groove. I'm just asking for somebody that I consider one of my partners, somebody that I've worked with for a really long time, to come through and celebrate this moment with me and my wife.
And to show what our relationship means to me, I checked in after our little tete-a-tete this morning.
Ooh.
As I was walking back. Can we get this moved? What does it look like? I was told by the company where we bought the furniture won't be until next Friday.
Oh, no.
And once again, I would reiterate what I said earlier. My couch is as important to me as your child is to you.
All right, so Bart, we need you to referee this one.
I don't see the diapers, man.
Bart, we need you to referee this one. I'll show you where the diapers at during the break. I just need you to referee. Fair or foul, Carlin's position.
But I did and I'm not BSing you. I did investigate it.
Okay.
I did.
I think I could have had Cheryl, just tell her to put the couch on the thing, and I would go buy like the little mover things that you put on there so you can slide the couch wherever you want to, even if they put it in the wrong spot.
No. It's not about being in the wrong spot. It's about that couch is in order and feels the way it did when I sat in that couch in the store when I took my Sunday, my last 2 Sundays, and went and sat in that couch trying to make sure we got the right situation going on. I have that time invested, and you think when that thing shows up and it's not right, I'm accepting delivery if it's not right?
But is
you think I'm going to go through that with a furniture company?
Is it a scenario where you sit on the couch like, this don't feel right, take it back?
That's exactly what it is.
Whoa. But sometimes maybe that couch got broken in.
But then you still going to be without a damn couch.
Right.
So what's the point? Well, hold on. That Bart, you just stumbled onto something that's brilliant.
Okay.
In your very own Rain Man way, you just got to the bottom of this.
Charlie Babbitt's my brother.
So what you're saying is, you could miss my baby shower for no good reason at all.
No, that's not what I'm saying.
No, that is what you're saying. Because
that's how you're interpreting
it. If they deliver the wrong couch, if they deliver a couch that is not up to the standard that you established when you test drove the couch in the store, then you're still going to be couchless. But you would have missed a good friend. Well, I don't know if we're friends. You would have missed a coworker's baby shower for his firstborn son.
You having a firstborn late in life, so I mean, you waited.
That's what I'm saying.
You're running out of opportunities.
Bart, I'm 43 years old, bro.
Yeah.
That's what I'm saying.
You surprised you still got some Michael
I'm going to
Phelps.
be 60 years old at a high school graduation.
Right. Hang on a second here.
Should absolutely be there.
Let's dial this back a second. Let's not pretend that the journey to get here wasn't filled with fun.
He's almost sterile.
You have not been sitting in the desert for years.
He's deflecting now. Because the reality of this is he could be couchless by the end of Saturday, and he would have missed my baby shower for no good reason.
And I can end this very quickly.
You know what you should do?
What's better? I get home, the couch is wrong, then I got to wait at least until Monday for them to bring it back, and then it's going to take another week at least.
But you still
if I say on Saturday, get this out of here, this is crap, then I get my couch sooner rather than later.
No. You still got a couch, though. The couch that they would deliver is guaranteed to be better than the couch that you currently have.
Oh, I'm not keeping that thing. Because then what happens? They're going to blame me for something being wrong with that thing.
No. That's why you document it. You take a picture of it. Yeah, if there's anything wrong, anything tweaked, and they have to come back and replace it. So you have a stopgap couch, kind of like the Jets have a stopgap quarterback.
If this couch looks like Justin Fields,
we should listen. We should.
I'm going to hold that to your ass.
We should put this in the hands of people. But right now, my boy Chris is a little hurt right now. You know what I'm saying? A little tender right now. So, listen, if you're tender like him after you watch the Jet games, it's football season, and you should be out here enjoying every play, every tailgate, every moment. But if you're dealing with neck pain, back pain, joint pain, or sciatica, even getting it off the couch, literally get it off the couch, even if it's a new couch and you miss something and hurt your friend's feelings because you don't see his firstborn, it can feel like a challenge. But that's where you call Dr. Jay Shaw, where pain comes in. He's one of New Jersey's top pain specialists, Ivy League trained, double board certified, and dedicated to getting you back in the game. Here's the difference. No surgery, no scars, no long recovery. No pain medication, just precise, non-surgical, image-guided treatments that gets real results. Dr. Shaw treats everything from neck pain, back pain, migraines, nerve pain, and chronic joint pain. And he builds a custom game plan that is right for you. Same-day or next-day appointments are available with offices in Woodbridge, Livingston, and Inglewood. And yes, most insurances are accepted. So don't let pain keep you on the sidelines this season. Go to SandwellPain.com. Text, call, or book online. Relief is closer than you think, and it starts today. Even if your couch makes your back hurt, you can still go to your friend's baby shower.
The Hess truck's back, and it's better than ever. Roaring engines this year. Hess race cars are here.
The Hess stock car racers are loaded with lights, sounds, and a powerful racing motor. Only at HessToyTruck.com. Free shipping and batteries included.
Gambling problem? Call 1-800-GAMBLER. 21 plus only. Must be physically located in New Jersey. T&Cs apply.
There are small risks in life, like giving a kid a football to play with in the house.
Whoa, watch out for the... Okay.
And then there are big gambles, like giving a kid a lottery ticket. Never gift a lottery ticket to a person under 18. Learn more about how to gift responsibly during the holidays at playresponsiblyny.com. Please gift responsibly. Must be 18 plus. Gambling problem? Call 1-877-8-HOPE-NY or text HOPE-NY.
880 ESPN, WHSQ, and WCBS-FM HD2, New York. A Good Karma Brands radio station.
At Jake's 58 Casino Hotel this November, it's your chance to gobble up the green and feast on your share of $55,000 cash. Earn entries all month long and join us on Friday, November 28th from 4 to 6 p.m. 2 winners will be drawn every hour to win up to $10,000 cash. Then at 7 p.m., 1 lucky winner will take home a grand prize of $20,000 cash at Jake's 58 Casino Hotel.
If gambling is a problem for you or someone you care about, please call the 24-hour toll-free helpline at 1-877-8-HOPE-NY or text HOPE-NY.
Do you owe $10,000 or more in credit card debt or personal loans? With credit card debt at all-time highs, Debt Relief Advocates is urgently notifying consumers of debt relief now being made available, designed to aid consumers with out-of-control credit card debt. Those who qualify and enroll for this relief program will only have to pay back a fraction of what they owe. This is not bankruptcy or a debt consolidation loan. This is a relief program that credit card companies would rather you not know about, as it ends your debt nightmare and saves you lots of money. Consumers owing at least $10,000 in credit card debt or personal loans can now take advantage of this debt relief as the cost of living skyrockets. Debt Relief Advocates has established a relief hotline for you to call to learn what debt reduction you may qualify for, so don't wait. For this free information, call the Relief Hotline at 800-606-8737. 800-606-8737. 800-606-8737.
Canty is with us in studio on Sportsmanlike every day, 6 to 10 a.m. Eastern on ESPN Radio, on ESPN2 with Michelle Smallman and Evan Cohen, and, of course, on First Take on Tuesdays. And he joins us in studio as he does every Friday. So the one thing I did want to get back to on the Jets from last night before we move on into happier topics, what I am struggling with Aaron Glenn is I don't understand quite right now why the penalties and the disciplinary part of this does not seem to be getting through, because it has been a consistent theme of his. So I really do wonder.
Is it of his or is it of the Jets?
I thought the team was better with
No. I mean, a consistent theme of him trying to drive the point home about how important it is.
Oh, okay.
That's what I mean, because he has talked about it since he got here.
Yeah.
And so what I really want to know is, from a player's standpoint, if this is talked about so much, why does it continue to be an issue?
I don't think it was an issue. I mean, listen, some of these
7 for 62 last night.
But some of these penalties are, I'm just not talented. Like Brownlee Jr. is a guy that flourishes in the slot, but because of the injuries on the outside, he had to go to the outside. And Stevenson, so that's just a lack of talent. This guy's better than me on that side. The only
one of those guys is Mac Hollins, and he gets held up, and that wipes out a sack.
Mac Hollins does this to everybody. He's a hard matchup. Like last year when he's with the Bills, he's a hard out, right? And for somebody when the quarterback and you're not getting a pass rush, and you got to carry that big body down there. Really what it was to me, it was more illegal contact than it was pass interference, because they just had their hands on him trying to get control of him. It wasn't like it was egregious.
Plus, it was a bogus intentional grounding call. Justin Fields was outside of the pocket.
Yeah.
I mean, even the referee on the broadcast said
you got the one discipline issue with Tittman.
Here's the thing. In last night's game, I don't really have a problem with the penalties in between the whistles.
Yeah.
I got the penalties with the penalties after the whistle.
Yeah.
The penalties before the whistle. That's what I got an issue with. But to hang all of this on Aaron Glenn like this wasn't a problem with this Jets team in years past.
No, it's not all of it.
Like the last 2 years.
It's been much better the last 2 weeks.
Can I say this? The 2 years prior to Aaron Glenn getting here, the New York Jets had 311 called penalties. 311. That's 11 more than any other team in football during that span. They're one of 2 teams to have 300 or more penalties. It's them and the Dallas Cowboys. So it's been ridiculous before he got here. It's a cultural issue that he's got to get cleaned up. that's been left over for him.
No,
So I don't want to pin this on this just being a symptom or a problem with the Aaron Glenn era of Jets football.
It's not. It's always been a problem, and that's why I said, like, from day one, he's been emphasizing it. My question is, why isn't that getting through?
Because that takes time to fix, Carlin.
But I think it did. I think it has gotten through the last 2 weeks. The last 2 weeks when he played teams that are equal talent as you, it was fine. It was only when they had to have guys playing out of position. You're going against guys that you're not really equipped to cover. You're out there trying to get digs for food.
Here's what I know, though. When, for instance, that sack that got wiped out, that really ticked me off because that was your opportunity to get off the field. And these are the few and far between moments that you have a chance to actually go and win the game.
I'm not saying that you're wrong, Carlin, but I mean, you look at the game before this one, the game against the Cleveland Browns, they had 3 penalties.
Yeah.
That's it. They had 3.
Like some penalties are good penalties.
Yeah, I think we have to be careful with painting with a broad brush. Like I want to say this. It's hard to judge Aaron Glenn based on what we saw in the first 2 months for the New York Jets. I agree with that. And a big reason why is because it's clear with the moves that they made at the trade deadline that there were players in that locker room that weren't fully on board with his agenda. They weren't fully buying into his overall football philosophy and his methodology, how he wants to do things. And you know what happened? Ownership and the front office sent a strong message that this is going to be Aaron Glenn's team. And if you can't get on board with it, then you can get benched. If you can't get on board with it, then we'll ship your ass up out of here. Yeah. And so they empowered the head coach in a way that I'm not sure we've seen a Jets head coach be empowered with in a while. And I can respect that. And as a result, the team has responded in kind because you're seeing a much more competitive product.
Is it Bart's phone or is it Canty's phone or is it my phone? Could have been any of us.
That was my phone.
Could have been any of us.
That was my phone.
That's all right.
That was Aaron Glenn calling me and telling me I was dead right.
But the thing is, the bar was so low for the Jets yesterday. The bar was honestly all I wanted was not to be embarrassed on national TV.
And you weren't.
And I think
they weren't embarrassed.
But I think people looking like, man,
we see
what their record are.
I just can't watch the quarterback play anymore.
I got to be honest with you, man. Last night was the first time where I was like, you know what?
It didn't look that bad.
I think you could have a different outcome if you had better quarterback play.
Yeah.
I think
AD Mitchell, I'm like, okay.
Listen, and I'm going to say this. I know Garrett Wilson was not healthy. He didn't play last night. But, like, I'm just envisioning what this receiving core could be, what the skill position core could be when Garrett Wilson gets back. All of a sudden, you got Garrett Wilson.
Mechie in the slot.
Then you got Mechie in the slot, who was a day 2 draft pick. Then you got AD Mitchell as your number 2 receiver, your Z.
And I'm
day 2 draft pick. Like, you got Mason Taylor, day 2 draft pick.
Yeah.
You got Breece Hall, day 2 draft pick. Like, all of a sudden, we got talent at the skill position core to work with. And your offensive line has been relatively steady in comparison to years past this season.
And I'm envisioning, like, hey, what does it look like if you use that one of your first-round draft picks on the best wide receiver available? And now you just have depth of talent. Now you have a little depth there. And I like what Isaiah Williams is bringing to the table as far as a gadget guy, a guy that's blocking in the run game. And I like what Taylor brings to the table. So now you got 6 deep, and now you got competition, and let the cream rise to the top.
Where are you on the Giants here with the move this week on Dable?
Oh, I thought it was necessary. I always thought that Dable and Joe Shane were inextricably linked.
Yeah.
And I have a hard time holding Dable accountable without doing the same to Shane. Now, I get what's happening. The health concerns with John Mara, him battling cancer, makes it a tough ask for him to go through a head coaching search and a general manager search simultaneously in the middle of the season. So I do believe that a big part of him being retained is so he can help facilitate the interviews when it comes to who the next guy on the sideline is for the Giants wearing a headset. But I, under no certain terms, believe that him not being fired this week guarantees that he will be the general manager for the New York Giants going into the 2026 season.
Yeah, I'm wondering why they didn't hire maybe a search firm or something to do that in that regard. To your point, I don't know like how the Giants are set up, but I know in Baltimore, and you know how Baltimore is, Dick Cass was the second man in charge.
Yep.
He was the president, even though he didn't seem like he knew much about football.
Yep.
He was an executive that knew how to handle an interview process.
Dick Cass was awesome.
Yeah, so awesome. I don't understand like who's the second in command and why you feel like you have to have a guy that's going to try and save his own neck by bringing this
Bart, that is the $10 billion question.
Yeah.
That's the question. That's the question.
You think he'll do a good job?
What you just said right there, man, Bart, boy, you got moments of brilliance sometimes that I don't think you realize.
What happened? I blanked out.
I mean, listen. The question you just asked is the most important question, and nobody has the answer to that.
Why they don't have somebody in that position?
But we don't know who it is.
Yeah.
We don't know who it is. So by default, right now, because we don't know who it is, we'll keep Joe Schoen in place, and we'll let him be the face of whatever coaching search that we're going to go through.
In which he's going to try and save himself, so it's going to be somebody that feels like they can, that is indebted potentially to him, and feel like they have to say, "Oh yeah, I would love to work with Shane. We have the same vision."
Well, here's the thing: I think that the Giants view themselves as an attractive job, and you're wondering who they're going to prioritize in terms of their coaching search. Whoever that individual ends up being, whoever ownership ends up wanting to pursue. Does the presence of Joe Schoen become an impediment to that? And, Carlin, you brought this up on my show earlier today, similar to what we saw with the Jacksonville Jaguars and Trent Baalke last offseason. They wanted to retain Trent Baalke, even though they fired the head coach and Doug Peterson. And what ended up happening? They ended up firing Trent Baalke as well because Liam Cohen was going to go back to the Tampa Bay Buccaneers as opposed to being the head coach of the Jacksonville Jaguars. They clipped him. They got Gladstone in there, and away we go. You're wondering whether or not it's going to unfold that way with the New York Giants. I'm not going to dismiss the possibility that that could end up being the case. But we just have to wait and see how it all shakes out because we don't know who the Giants are going to prioritize.
With all that being said, I don't know if I've been more excited to see a debut of a third-string quarterback in the history of my life. Like,
you know what's interesting, Bart? You know what's interesting about what you're saying? And this is fascinating to me. The New York Giants just fired their head coach.
Yeah.
And somehow the team that they're playing against is the one that's come under the most scrutiny.
Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah. Expectations. I mean, they laid the egg, lost to the Panthers. You know, you're paying Jordan Love $55 million.
You feel good about that?
Yeah, not at all. Like I said, Jordan Love and Trevor Lawrence are the two guys that baffle me the most because I don't know to elevate them to down a tier or up a tier. I don't know where they belong, right? But I know that
you wouldn't put Tua in that group, or you already know what Tua is.
Yeah, we knew he was.
You just don't know. That's the thing that's maddening about both of those guys, but specifically with Jordan Love, when it comes to quarterbacks and their horsepower, like. I mean, Jordan Love
has moments.
If he's on his game, he can spin it with the best of them.
Yeah.
Like if he's playing as well as he can play, Patrick Mahomes aside, you're not going to be at a quarterback deficit against any other opponent.
But that's why
if he's playing as well as he can play. But the only problem with Jordan Love is the variance. And what we saw on Monday night was just not good enough.
Yeah.
There were so many missed throws on Monday night, missed reads from Jordan Love. Like, dog, you got to go out there and make those plays. They criticize Matt LaFleur for having a predictable offense or having a safe offense. Bart, I don't know how you have success as a play caller if you're scheming up wide receivers that are open and your quarterback simply doesn't see them.
I mean, against the Panthers, he threw into a team meeting, right? So he has
triple coverage.
Yeah, he has these.
It ended up being an arm punt.
Right. He has these lapses in judgment, and that's what I'm saying, though. Like, we wanted to crown him too early, but I feel like he's not criticized enough because he's not a kid, right? He's set for 3 years. Started 1 year, they gave him the bag, and it's like, I don't know if he's a good player, and I don't know if Trevor Lawrence is a good player, right? I can't get a read on either one of these players, and I feel like the pressure is mounting on him because Tucker Kraft made life so easy for him. Matthew Golden hadn't panned out. And if it falls on him, that's why I think the Giants could be a live dog if the right Jameis Winston shows up.
Bart, I will say this, in breaking down the tape from the Packers' loss to the Eagles on Monday night, there were at least a half dozen throws between the numbers to wide receivers that Jordan Love missed.
Wow.
I'm talking about guys wide open. Christian Watson, Romeo Doubs on repeat. Guys wide open. And I'm sitting there saying to myself, hey, Matt LaFleur is not blameless in this because either you're coaching it or you're letting it happen.
Yeah.
But if your quarterback is not seeing wide open receivers in the middle of a defense, I don't know how you call a great game. And then on top of that, you have to contend with the turnover-worthy plays that we're seeing from him. Like the turnover before halftime. Jordan Love, what the hell are you doing?
Yeah.
Why are you taking a sack in that situation?
I want to go back to the Giants for a second, just on the coach.
Yeah.
How should they prioritize this? Does it need to be we have to get an offensive coach, or we just have to get the best coach?
Man, I'm tired of this offensive coach garbage.
Yeah.
Just get the best coach for the team.
Who is there somebody that you, above all else, would try to go get?
Listen, I love both coordinators on the defensive side of the ball in L.A.
We going to get a black coach?
Jesse Minter, Chris Shula, I think they would be fantastic options for the Giants. They're going to get a glimpse at one. I think that's going to be in the mix. Jeff Hafley, defensive coordinator for the Green Bay Packers, Boston College ties. We know the Mara family ties to Boston College. Last Boston College coach they had, pretty good track record for them. So I think there'll be no shortage of names that are mentioned with this job. I do want to emphasize the importance of finding somebody that can communicate with this generation of athlete. Just because he speaks the owner's language in an interview doesn't mean he speaks the language of this generation of athlete. And those are the guys that you're going to have to get on board with your agenda, with your football philosophy. So being able to find a master communicator and somebody that can get guys to sacrifice individual success, individual productivity for overall team success.
But do you think that they can afford to go again with a unproven commodity and a first-time head coach?
Yeah, I think they can afford to do that. When this team is healthy, especially the guys on the offensive side of the ball, the vibes are immaculate. And I don't want to bring in anybody that's going to try to dim Jackson Dart's light or Cam Scatterbull or Malik Neighbors or any of those young players that you want to build around. So I think that being able to find somebody that can resonate with this generation of athlete is important.
Can we play a game? Can we throw some proven commodities out there and you tell us, what you like about them, what you don't like about them?
Go for it.
Mike McCarthy.
No problem with it.
Okay.
Mike Tomlin.
I just don't think that's going to happen.
The only reason I bring this up is because it is a reset point, I think, in that organization right now. I think you're looking around. They have spent a ton of money on defense. They have not gotten their money's worth. The quarterback is just about done. The offensive line hasn't been good. They don't have weapons. I feel like this is hitting a reset button, and this might be that moment where, okay, it's kind of run its course. It's not we're firing you or anything like that. Plus, we talk about relationships. The Steelers and the Giants obviously have a very tight relationship.
Yeah, back-to-back season collapse is crazy. I just after Mike Tomlin has spent so much time in one place, I just don't know that he has it in him to go to another organization that is very rigid in terms of how they want to do things and how they like to operate.
Okay. Cliff Kingsbury.
Hell no.
Okay.
Hell no. I can't take him seriously because he would be more of the same in terms of coaches that are willing to allow their quarterbacks to be in harm's way. Operating almost exclusively in the shotgun is a good way to get your quarterback hurt.
Okay.
And nobody played more shotgun over the last 2 years than the Washington Commanders. How'd that work out for Jaden Daniels?
Well, this is the thing with how are they going to get this out of Dart? Because I'm coming around to the idea that this is not just a Dable problem.
No, it is a Dable problem. It is a Dable problem.
But it's a Dart problem, too.
No. But hear me out on this. It's a Dable problem. You know how I know that? Who was the quarterback for the Giants before Jackson Dart?
Yeah, Daniel Jones.
What happened with Daniel Jones' career with the New York Giants?
Yep.
He kept getting hurt.
Mm-hmm.
Brian Daboll thought that every other quarterback that he was going to coach is like Josh Allen. Newsflash. None of them are Josh Allen. There's only one of him.
But at the same time, when you combine that with the mentality of the player, who clearly had that at Ole Miss, like, now I have to get that out of this kid's head.
Yeah.
And I actually saw him slide a couple times the other day on scrambles. Designed runs for me with Dart, I wouldn't do it. I just let his legs be the difference on a scramble.
It's not that you don't do it. What you do is you're strategic about it. You make sure that you use him with those design runs in gotta-have-it moments. You make sure that when he decides to scramble, it's a gotta-have-it moment.
Yes.
Because for the most part, the most important down for the quarterback is the next down, right?
Mm-hmm.
So being able to get to the next down healthy, mission critical. But if you're in the fourth quarter, or if you're in third down and plus territory, or if you're in the red zone, your quarterback taking off and scrambling or having a design run, I'm not opposed. It's the issues that I have with first and second down scrambles, first and second down design runs. You can't be doing that. And Brian Daboll fell in love with that too much, but a part of that was Brian Daboll using the best weapon that he had in order to save his damn job, which is why it's never good. It's never a good thing to be drafting a quarterback with your head coach and your general manager on the hot seat.
Okay, Brian Flores.
I don't hate it. I just don't know that it's going to happen because of the lawsuit against the league.
See, I don't think either he or Gruden is getting a job until those lawsuits are settled.
Yeah.
And even Flores, the fact that he's been a coordinator is pretty remarkable when you're suing the league.
Yeah.
And so that's obviously how highly people think of it.
And the Giants are a very visible franchise, being in New York, one of the flagship franchises, one of the first four. So, like, it complicates it a little bit.
Okay, Stefanski.
I just think it's weird what's happening in Cleveland with the quarterback situation. And until I have clarity on that, I just couldn't feel comfortable with that. Like, Stefanski is caping for Dylan Gabriel, and Dylan Gabriel is not an NFL quarterback.
Stefanski is almost a two-time. Oh, kind of like Justin Fields.
Justin Fields has more of a claim to be an NFL quarterback than Dylan Gabriel. I can promise you that.
All right. I want to get a couple of calls in here because I think people also want in on this baby shower thing.
All
David
right,
in Old Bridge. David, what's up, bud?
Hey, what's up, guys? How we doing?
Good.
First, congratulations to Canty.
Thanks, David.
One of God's greatest gift to Earth. It's fantastic, especially having a boy. I got two boys of my own. Greatest thing in my life. Second of all, it's kind of hard to reschedule a furniture delivery, but you could try.
I did.
Or you can just leave Cheryl there. You can just leave Cheryl there.
I didn't know.
It's not like another adult can't be there to have it delivered.
That's what I'm saying.
And if it has to go back, you just wait a little longer.
You can have your wife be there. You can come back home, inspect the couch. If it's not good, call them up, have a new one.
Yeah, but then
it's so cute that you make it out like, let's rush right over with a new one, sir. We'll be there in 20 minutes. Like that's going to happen.
It'll be there in a week, but
you'll see there in a month.
But you still have that one there until the new one comes, so you can mess that one up. Like Rick James, forget your couch.
I say try your hardest. If you could go by for 20 minutes, then do that.
All right, but here's the thing. Canty doesn't live down the street from me either. But when you say go by for 20 minutes, that means go by for 3 hours.
But he makes a good point, though. You can plan to come on the earlier side, so be there at the beginning of it, and then dip out after an hour and still technically have the potential to be there for the couch delivery.
Well, they have to call you and say, hey, we're half an hour or 45 minutes out.
Exactly.
Again, you guys are adorable. When you think that kind of thing still happens all the time. Sometimes it does.
Do they know you're a big tipper, too? What did you tip the other guys for
Let's
that?
not
for
talk
that work?
about it.
Like
I
2 stacks?
over-tipped on the move.
2 stacks.
Yeah.
2 G's.
You a mark.
2 G's. It wasn't 2 G's. It was. I tipped 200 a guy. It was moved.
How many guys?
6.
Yeah, that's 1,200. It's a 1,200 tip.
Yes,
2 G's out of the question. Hey, listen, you need me to come over and move the couch for you?
Yeah, slide
me
it.
See,
all of a sudden you're going to blow off the baby shower.
600 apiece.
Hell, that'll pay for the baby shower.
Yeah, exactly. Slide that over, you know what I mean?
Kevin in Manhattan next on ESPN New York. Kevin.
Hey, Carlin. I was going to say the same thing. Is why can't you go there at like 12:30, stay for a little while, just give the wife a hug, and then head you on your way back home? you'll still be home in time for the couch delivery because it's not like they're going to come at 1 o'clock.
Listen, all I can tell you is...
That is true. They give you the 1 to 4 window. Guaranteed, Bart, they will not be there at 1 o'clock.
They got to tell you got to be their first delivery if that's the case.
I will guarantee you that if I pick a time during that window that I step out, that's when it's happening. And you know that. You know it. You know that's exactly how these things go down. You know that I'm going to find myself crossing the George Washington Bridge and the phone rings. They're here. And guess what? The couch is gold.
Well,
I signed off. We're all good.
What color is the couch?
It's like a mocha gray, kind of.
Mocha gray?
Yeah.
So chocolate gray?
Not really chocolate.
Like a slate?
There's not much mocha
what
in
is
it.
Mocha gray?
Yeah, it's a gray. It's a neutral. It's
like
a neutral.
Mocha gray.
It's like a slate. Is it like
this?
Is
it more gray?
It's darker than this.
Is it more gray than brown?
Okay, so
yes.
So charcoal.
Okay.
Yes.
So charcoal.
It's charcoalish, yes.
Mocha gray. That's a choice. Mocha gray.
Well, again, it's a neutral in our apartment, our townhouse.
Yeah, charcoal, and you put the pillows right
because, and you know this too. The other challenge I've come up to, we moved out of a house, and so I thought we have everything we need. Well, no, you get to the new place. Well, this doesn't really match what we're about here.
What we're going for.
Yeah, exactly. So all of a sudden, and I'm not going to argue against the new couch, but all of a sudden, we might need a new bed frame. What? What's that? And yeah, this one's only $1,100. Excuse me? A lot of that going on.
Well, I mean, if you didn't tip the mover so much, you'd have it.
That's fair. No, I will deny that. I won't deny that I was a mark on the movers.
You were a mark.
I didn't know what you're supposed to tip, and I even looked it up, and there were all kinds of varying opinions. And I do have a thing about being cheap because I do not want to be cheap. Because then, like, even on the off chance somebody calls up the show and says, "Yeah, I remember you. You only tipped us $20 after 2 hard days of labor."
Well, you damn straight. Ain't you on the clock?
Well, listen. Ray Deanahan, your producer, brings up a great point. You should come to the shower to avoid over-tipping the guys that are dropping off the couch.
Yeah, because they never look at your wife when she gives her tip.
Exactly. They don't expect that she's going to be the one that's responsible for the purse string.
You can save $1,200.
So if you want to save
$1,200,
$1,200 tomorrow, you come to the baby shower. You're going to eat for free.
And these guys are not getting $1,200.
The only thing that it's going to cost you is the toll. That's the only thing it's going to cost you. You're going to show up. You're going to eat
but
good.
the food erases the toll cost.
That's what I'm saying.
But we still haven't even really – everybody's so letting you off the hook.
A Carlin's corner table at Canty's spread.
No, I can't do that.
And you're doing money
I
at
can't
the same
do that
time.
because you know me. I have to go there and be truthful, and I know that the food is going to be really good.
Be
but
truthful.
Let's just say I run into the wrong thing. Then I got a problem with Mel.
No, you're not hurting Mel. You're hurting the caterer.
Yeah.
She ain't cooking.
Listen, I can promise you, the food won't be bad.
I know it won't be bad.
Guaranteed.
Listen,
guaranteed.
Again,
Carlin's corner. You own the clock while not even being on the clock. Do you get to charge ESPN?
I'm giving you an opportunity.
Giving
for
you content.
I've looked into trying to change the move of the couch. That is problematic.
Yes.
And as I have said, and I will stick by this, my couch is as important to me as your child is to you.
Yes,
and
but
I will say this:
you don't have to be there to receive said couch.
Yes, you do.
No, you don't. You have another
an adult.
Yeah. He doesn't want to come, Bart. That's what it is.
No,
he don't want to come. We're just work friends. I just want you to admit it. We're just work friends.
You invited me the day before. If that doesn't say work friends, I don't know what does.
I
should be more insulted than you.
I got a doctor's appointment. I just got mine, and I already completed my list.
There you go.
You will get a lovely gift, and I will miss not being there.
Well, you better hurry up because everything's almost gone from the registry, and I hate not giving the best gift.
Only the expensive stuff is left.
I was going to say, baby,
only the expensive stuff is left.
I hate not being able to get the best gift.
Babies take cash, don't they?
We'll put it.
One does.
We'll put it in the college fund.
Exactly. And you listen. I'll skip the tip and give it to the kid.
There you go.
But nothing replaces having the big fella there.
I appreciate that. Maybe think of that a little bit more in advance next time. Wow. Maybe, I don't know. Maybe take a look at the Rutgers schedule next time when you're thinking about it.
I didn't think you were available, sir, because you're never available.
Well, you can just take a little look. See, Carlin's off. Rutgers got to buy that week.
Rutgers got to buy?
I mean,
Rutgers got a chance to win this week.
Can I ask you a question? If you didn't go to school at Rutgers, is there any reason to look at the Rutgers schedule?
Yeah, it's true.
Honest question.
I tell you what.
If you didn't go to school at Rutgers,
I tell you,
any reason to look at their football schedule?
Before this year, I don't know what you got going on in NIL at UVA this year, but let's talk about that.
Yeah, we got money, baby.
Yes,
we got money.
Because before this year, if you want to compare resumes.
Money. Yeah. Money. Yeah.
You writing those checks to Tony Elliott? Maybe I'm not the only big tipper.
Oh, yeah. Tony Elliott, coach of the future ACC champion Virginia Cavaliers. Let's go.
That's true.
Let's
8-2.
go. Let's go.
I would love to see them.
Let's go.
They're same division of Miami or different division? Different division. Is Miami, right? Could they play Miami in the championship?
Are they doing the division thing still?
I don't know. I thought they were.
Are they?
I don't
know. I don't think they're doing the division
Maybe
thing
I'm
anymore.
wrong about
Yeah, I don't think we have the divisions anymore.
How many times this year, because this is always a good indication, has Rutgers been an opposing team's homecoming game?
Once.
Okay. All right.
Once. But we had Oregon for homecoming, and that didn't work out well.
Wow,
that was more scheduling.
Who
than
scheduled
anything.
that?
Yeah,
right.
That was a problem.
that man.
Right.
That was a problem. You talk about having money. $100 million in NIL on that team. $100 million. All right, Canty, as always, great seeing you.
All right,
and
thanks
I'll get
for
you a
having me on,
lovely
boys.
gift for that child.
All right.
Bart Carlin, ESPN New York.
Friday with Don Hahn and Rosenberg. Should the Jets stick with Justin Fields at quarterback?
What were his first half stats?
He was 4 for 7 for 23 yards. You can't win like that.
That's right.
Which, again, it depends on what kind of fan you are. If you're a fan that doesn't want to see them win football games, this is perfect.
And can Jameis Winston lead the Giants to a win this weekend? And how will the Knicks fare without Jalen Brunson tonight? Don Hahn and Rosenberg today at 3 on ESPN New York and streaming live on YouTube.
FanDuel Friday is turning it up with NBA Happy Hour every Friday from 6 to 7:30 p.m. FanDuel is dropping limited time specials to get you in the zone. That includes boosts, bonuses, and some surprises, all designed to bring that Friday energy. This isn't just another promo, it's your weekly pregame. So when you're wrapping up the work week, what better way to bring on the weekend than with the NBA Happy Hour? Every Friday, 6 to 7:30 p.m., only on FanDuel, official sportsbook partner of the NBA. FanDuel is dropping limited time specials to get you in the zone. That includes boosts, bonuses, and some surprises, all designed to bring that Friday energy. Visit FanDuel.com/Rick to grab your reward before the clock expires. Must be 21 and older and physically present in New York. Opt-in required. Rewards are non-withdrawable. Restrictions do apply, including bonus and token expiration, leg requirements, and max wager amount. See terms at sportsbook.fanduel.com. For help with a gambling problem, call 1-877-8-HOPE-NY or text HOPE-NY at 467369.
John Ryan.
Yeah, Dad.
I think I came up with a killer slogan for our law firm. D'Agostino and Associates, bite back.
Bite back?
Yeah. When someone hurts you, you bite back. We'll be the law firm that bites back.
Dad, that's brilliant. Accident victims, call D'Agostino and Associates and bite back. Hey, we could even put a big vicious dog on billboards everywhere.
Yeah, and Rottweilers on buses.
Hey, how about a toll-free number?
What are you thinking?
You know, like 1-800-BITE-BACK.
1-800-BITE-BACK. That's brilliant.
But what if people hear fight back?
Easy. I'll spell it out for them, like 1-800-BITE, back. 1-800-BITE-BACK. That's 1-800-248-3222.
Love it. Hey, Dad.
Yeah.
All this talk about biting back got me hungry.
Me too. Want to grab lunch?
Sure. Hey, how about a jingle?
You mean like D'Agostino, law, bite back?
Hey, it's Michael Kay talking to you about my friends at PC Richard & Son. They're local, family-owned, and I trust them, and you can too. Right now, get Black Friday deals throughout the store. And with their holiday price guarantee, your price is protected. If the price goes lower from now through December 24th, they will match it. You can't beat it. Plus, you get fast and free delivery. PC Richard & Son, the company you can trust for over 116 years. Free delivery excludes Manhattan.
Your fantasy roster is set. The Smack Talk is heating up, and this season, ESPN Bet is giving you more ways to ride with your squad. Introducing the ESPN Bet Fan Center, where you can instantly link and bet on your fantasy teams right in the ESPN Bet app. An enhanced sports betting experience only from ESPN Bet, the sports book for sports fans. Make the connection today with ESPN Bet Fan Center and the ESPN Fantasy app. ESPN Bet Sportsbook. Download the app today. Must be 21 plus. Gambling problem? Call 1-800-GAMBLER. Terms and conditions apply. See app for details.
Michelle's Moment here for Gainbridge and their Give Back program, Gainbridge Assist, powered by Parity. Gainbridge and Gainbridge Assist, powered by Parity's goal is to empower girls and women through sports and education, providing 32 organizations in 21 states $222 of grant funding during 2025. These grants aim to level the playing field and expand access to sports and education for girls and women across the country. Here's to a future with no limits for women's sports with Gainbridge and Gainbridge Assist, powered by Parity.
Bart Carlin, ESPN New York, and on the ESPN New York app. And my friends, want to remind you that Game Time is brought to you by our friends at Tullamore Dew Irish Whiskey, because when it's game time, it's Tully time. Knicks hosting the Heat, Madison Square Garden. Coverage begins 6:30 right here on 880 ESPN. Then at 7, also at 7, I should say, the Nets are in Orlando to take on the Magic, and the Islanders are in Utah to play the Mammoth. Tullamore Dew, the original triple distilled, triple blended, triple cask matured Irish whiskey. Be sure to grab the Tullamore Dew or try the new Tullamore Dew Honey during today's action. Glasses up to enjoying Tullamore Dew responsibly. The Frenzy of Football is coming soon, so you'll want to hang in for that. As opposed to the Football Frenzy that appears on DiPietro and Rothenberg, we have the Frenzy of Football, which allows you to speak about any football topic that you would like in rather quick order, and we will address it, and we will be nice to you. Our buns, no sesame seeds.
Specials, both guys, special sauce, 2 beef patties.
2 all-beef patties, special sauce, lettuce, cheese, pickles, onions on. They have it on a sesame seed bun.
The Big Mac, we call it the Big Big. They got the golden arches, we got the golden arc.
Let's go sideline to sideline. Hit it.
It's gonna happen.
This is Sideline to Sideline. Go. With Bart and Carlin.
Tom Bowers here. He is hosting Sideline to Sideline as he does each and every Monday, Wednesday, and Friday. Tom, go.
All right, so let's take a look at the Sunday slate and take a look at what's happening with the quarterbacks around the league. Starting off with the Houston Texans, C.J. Stroud will miss his second straight game due to a concussion. Luckily, they are playing the 1-8 Titans, so even if they had Justin Fields as their quarterback, they'd still find an easy way to win, that being the Texans. But instead of Justin Fields, it'll be the architect of last week's comeback victory for the Texans, Davis Mills, getting the start.
Yes, sir. Davis Mills, people forget about him from Stanford. He's a very, very heady football player. A coach on the field, so to speak. I like Davis Mills. What I am concerned with is this Houston Texans team. I mean, because this is a team that we thought was going to be their division with that great defense. And you look at them now, they're fighting for their life to make sure that they can even be in the conversation. As you see the Indianapolis Colts running away with it and the Jacksonville Jaguars within that division. So, you're not going to get 3 people from that division. So, they got to get to it now. And that's a lot to ask for Davis Mills. But they should be okay this week. But I'm concerned with C.J. Stroud and his regression since his rookie year.
I've heard our friend Diana Rossini speak on Davis Mills recently that a lot of teams call on Davis Mills, and they will not move him. They are very comfortable having him as their second-string quarterback.
I know I would take him as my first-string quarterback.
Yeah. Next.
Another quarterback, Lamar Jackson. He was a full participant in practice yesterday, and he eyes to start on Sunday against the Cleveland Browns. He was dealing with some knee soreness. Asked if he expects the defenses to blitz him more when teams know he's dealing with an injury. Jackson said, "That's cool with me. We're going to see."
Yeah, 5-5. I mean, they're all the way back. And now they're on their way in the other direction.
And the crazy part is, with the other team in the division, you have no idea how that can go because they're facing a team that they've already lost to, and they're reeling right now. Their quarterback looked old last week, and Mike Tomlin said, hey, he didn't play well. And, I think that's right on. But can Aaron Rodgers kind of hold the Ravens off, as we knew that the Ravens would make this late push? The Ravens don't panic. They understand what November and December is all about. They got an easier schedule. They start off with a monster schedule, and Lamar Jackson's healthy. Still doesn't look healthy as He's only averaging like 3 to 4 yards per carry when he decides to run, and that's what makes him super special. But he has enough talent around him where he can win ugly games as they win and beat. I think the hard game for them to get was last week against Minnesota, and they cleared that hurdle.
They're gonna beat Cleveland. They're gonna be 500, and no lie, I expect the Ravens to win the division. I really do. After starting 1-5, that's going to be an incredible feat. Next.
All right, one more quarterback news for you. Brock Purdy is looking to step back into his role as the 49ers starting quarterback on Sunday. The 49ers got the Arizona Cardinals. Purdy's been out since week 4 with a right big toe injury. Assuming he gets through the next couple of days without issues, he will be the starter in Arizona for the 49ers.
It's amazing how that works. Somebody's 5-3 in your place. He's been somebody that your ex really loved and wanted to marry in the first place, but he settled for you. You kind of fell into his lap, and now you're all of a sudden, I'm healthy because Mac Jones is starting to make hay and say, hey, with the bad defense, Mac Jones has carried us to a 5-3 record. Brock Purdy's a little nervous being a 7th-round draft pick.
But you know what's funny about that? He gets hurt, and that week 3 game where they played Arizona in San Francisco, I did that game, and there was talk leading up to that game that he might actually come back for that game. And then they just said, everybody just calm down. Yeah. Let's make sure you're right.
Make sure you're 100% right.
Yes, exactly. And now I'm 100%. Let's go.
Yeah, he's going to play through that. Like, he worked so hard to be able to get the respect and get the contract. And, in 2 years, that contract, most contracts are avoidable and easier to get out. Mac Jones could be lurking. Wally Pipp.
Next.
So before I go into the actual slate of games, just something on last night, because you talked a lot about the Jets, but the Patriots, guys, they're 9-2 now. They've won 8 straight. Drake May's hearing MVP chants from his home crowd, of course.
Ridiculous talk.
Now, they're the 1 seed in the AFC. They're probably going to win the AFC East if things keep going their way, and they've got a cakewalk of a schedule.
Yeah.
I wanted to ask you guys, are the Patriots actually a legit team, or are they beneficiaries of who they've got this year?
Do you know what the winning percentage is now after last night of their opponents this year?
Well, I know they're 32 of 67 or something, like 62 or something like that.
356.
Yeah.
It's not even close to the next team. The next team is not even under a 40% winning percentage. I need to go down the list, but that is how bad these teams have been. Now, having said that, I'm not going to take away from the Patriots in what they've done this year. They have been impressive in getting there. The next closest team in terms of weakest schedule is the Bears at 449.
Yeah.
I mean, almost 100 percentage points worse their opponents have been this year. But you know what? All you can do is go out and beat them.
That's true, but they're setting themselves up and their fans up. I mean, listen, what Vrabel has done this year is remarkable. He's become the adult. He's got them organized. He's got them playing discipline. They don't beat themselves. And Josh McDaniels has May playing well from the pocket, not turning the ball over, and secretly with one of the greatest or the best down the field percentage. I think something like 66% on throws over 20 yards or more. Stephon Diggs has kind of refound himself. We thought he was done, especially after the injury. He's been like that wily veteran that he can lean on, that big brother. But they're setting themselves up. They win the division to host the Ravens, to host Kansas City or Buffalo. And in the playoffs where things are win or go home, I'd rather go with those quarterbacks.
Next.
Last thing, just some of the big games from the slate this weekend. Early slate, best game is probably going to be Tampa at Buffalo. In the middle slate, you've got Seattle at the Rams. You've got Denver hosting Kansas City. In the late slate, of course, Philly and Detroit. And, of course, the Monday Nighter is Vegas and Dallas.
Is the Denver-Kansas City game on 1050? I'd like to know that. I should know that already.
Give me 10 seconds.
I will find out because that is the late game on ESPN Radio. And that is on ESPN Radio with Steve Levy and Harry Douglas. They will have the call of that game, and that's obviously, I think, the game of the day.
Yeah, and Dan Graza will be out there, too. The whole crowd is going out there.
Dan Graza's going to...
Not with them, but he's going out there. They're both in Denver this week.
What's Dan Graza going to Denver for?
Huh?
Graziano.
Yeah,
you said Graza.
Yeah, Dan Graziano.
Graza, I thought you were talking about Graza here.
No. When I say Graza, I'm talking about Dan Graziano.
Of course. It's not like we have another Dan Grassa here.
Yeah. Well, they were just talking about going out there today. You know what I mean? So it'd be crazy. But, the thing is, no Patrick Surtain. You got Andy Reid coming off a bye, right? And with that record, I think that record's something like 27-7 or something like that.
Yeah, it's absurd, him off a bye.
It's something crazy. Kansas City actually needs this more. Kansas City actually needs this more than Denver. Because if Denver wins, it could the distance between the win-loss could be, that'd be 5 losses, only 2 for them. So, this is a battle, and we're going to see if Bo Nix can play better than what he's been playing, because he's been playing horrible. Threw for like 150 last week. They're winning in spite of him, not because of him. No Dobbins as well. So his number one rusher's not going to be there. It's going to be a lot on him. Let's see if he can handle the pressure dealing with Patrick Mahomes.
Coming up at the top of the hour, the frenzy of football.
Yeah.
Which is your opportunity to get through. Now, we have a lot of people who have been waiting, and we will give them a little bit more time than everybody else. But the frenzy of football is coming up at the top of the hour. That is your chance to get in on anything NFL related this weekend. And we're not going to be jerks to you like the guys in the morning are. Big difference between the frenzy of football and the football frenzy.
Mm-hmm.
Bart Carlin, ESPN New York.
1-877 Cars for Kids. KARS Cars for Kids. 1-877 Cars for Kids. Donate your car today. 1-877 Cars for Kids. Donate your car today.
Ready to get rid of that old car? Donate it to Cars for Kids. Call 1-877-CARS-FOR-KIDS to reach a friendly live agent. Donation's super easy, and your car can be picked up as soon as tomorrow. Call us now, 1-877-CARS-FOR-KIDS. That's Cars with a K to donate your car today.
1-877 Cars for Kids. KARS Cars for Kids. 1-877 Cars for Kids. Donate your car today.
Did you know you can donate real estate too? Go to carsforkids.org. That's carsforkids.org.
Whether you're shopping, gaming, or streaming this Black Friday season, don't take slow for an answer. Get Optimum Fiber for the fastest, most reliable, and most consistent internet speeds, starting at $25 a month. Call 888-4OPTIMUM or visit Optimum.com to switch. Act now and get a full year of Netflix, an unlimited mobile line, a $400 prepaid card, and more, all on us. Call 888-4OPTIMUM or visit Optimum.com today. Optimum, don't take slow for an answer. Terms apply. See Optimum.com for details.
At the 5-yard line, handoff Breece Hall, finds a crease, runs left, he's into the end zone for a Jet touchdown. Jets fans, clear the runway and be at MetLife Stadium for Week 13 as your New York Jets take on the Atlanta Falcons, Sunday, November 30th at 1 p.m., presented by New Jersey Lottery. Join us as we celebrate First Responders Day. Don't miss your chance to be at the game. Lock in your seats now at nyjets.com/tickets. Once again, that's nyjets.com/tickets.
New York Lottery's holiday scratch-off games are the perfect gift for everyone on your list.
Like me, your Aunt Jules. I told you I didn't need a gift this year, but I secretly really want one.
Or me, your neighbor Frank. I hope you didn't forget I'm coming to your holiday party tonight.
Or me. Why does no one ever think of the voiceover guy? Anyway, New York Lottery's holiday scratch-off games have more winners and top prizes up to $5,000. Please play responsibly. Must be 18 plus. Gambling problem? Call 1-877-HOPE-NY or text HOPE-NY.
We all hear the radio ads about the IRS. They tell you to be afraid, to be scared, and they try to frighten you into calling. I'm not here to do that. Tax Relief Advocates is different. TRA is here to tell you that if you owe money to the IRS, whether it's $5,000, $50,000, or $500,000, we have a solution. It doesn't matter if you're sitting in your car, at work, or with your kids. No matter where you are, call now. 800-575-6759. Don't lose hope. TRA can eliminate or reduce what you owe to the IRS.
Generous programs are now available that can give you a fresh start.
Our passion is taxes and helping individuals fix their IRS problems.
We have over 1,000 5-star reviews on Google and an A+ with the Better Business Bureau.
You don't need to be afraid of the IRS any longer. End your tax nightmare today by visiting us online at TRA.com or call 800-575-6759. That's 800-575-6759. Tax Relief Advocates. Real solutions for real people.
You live for this.
The wins, the losses, the slam dunks, and the buzzer beaters. The dream that this is your team's year. Hope, it's what keeps you coming back. So you represent with anticipation and with pride. Because when everything's on the line, your support means everything. That's why the NBA Store is here to support you. Check out the largest selection of official NBA gear at NBAstore.com. A Fanatics experience.
Very much split in the chat right now about this whole situation with the baby shower. A lot of people think Canty's day before invitation, kind of an invitation. Like, oh, hey, why don't you come by?
Well, that's not true. I just got mine today, too.
No, I understand.
So I think they just sent it all out at the same time.
I don't know. And then secondly, a lot of people on me for not showing up. Listen, it's a couch. It's important in my life. Look at me.
That's where you're going to spend the majority of your time. Outside of your bedroom, that's the second place that you spend. You might stay there longer than in your bed. No, 8 hours. Got it.
It might be closer than you think. Bart Carlin.
Only if you get sent to the couch as much as I do.
Let's hit some of the calls here real quick. Excuse me. Jeez. Before we get to the frenzy of football, who has been waiting the longest? That's Richard in Valley Stream up first on ESPN New York. Richard, what's up, buddy?
My God. Thank you, guys. I love your show, by the way.
Appreciate your patience.
Absolutely. Got a couple of points to make about the Jets. So basically, I feel as though as a Jets fan, longtime Jets fan, I don't see this getting resolved anytime soon in terms of finding the right quarterback, because the Jets front office, not the front office, in terms of ownership, they keep repeating the same mistakes over and over again. They keep pairing defensive head coaches with young quarterbacks, and basically over the years we know that recipe has not worked. So I don't see any reason as to why.
Whoa. Let's stop you right there. You say that hasn't worked. John Harbaugh was a special team coach. Sean McDermott, defensive coordinator. Bill Cowher was a defensive special teams coach with Ben Roethlisberger. It's been a lot
with the Jets though, Bart. With the Jets though.
Well, Rex Ryan and Mark Sanchez worked for a little while, right?
Rex Ryan, yeah, it did to a certain degree. It did, but overall, it has not worked for the Jets.
How did Adam Gase work out?
Well, we picked Adam Gase over Mike McCarthy.
Yeah, I'm with you. I get your point, but go ahead.
So to me, I feel like a lot of Jets fans are getting excited over the fact that we got a few draft picks, through the trades that we've made earlier on during the month. But again, do you guys trust the guy who's going to pick the next quarterback? Basically, this is the same guy who picked Justin Fields over Aaron Rodgers.
Well, I think you have to look at a few different things there with Justin Fields over Aaron Rodgers. That had a lot more to do with turning the page on Rodgers.
Yeah, and turning the page to the next chapter, hoping that they can find their quarterback.
Now, should they have kept Rodgers? Would they be in a better spot right now? Of course they would.
Yeah, but, I think they were trying to turn the page and move on from the Aaron Rodgers era, because we knew that he wasn't there for long term, and they thought maybe they can catch lightning in the bottle. Like a lot of teams are going to hope that they can catch lightning in the bottle next year with Mac Jones, like Indianapolis caught lightning in the bottle with Daniel Jones, like Seattle caught lightning in the bottle with Sam Darnold, like Tampa caught lightning. The problem with Jet fans is it's never us.
Yeah,
it's never us that gets the benefit of the doubt. It's never us that gets look what fell in the Jets' hands.
Yes,
look what happened
here.
The
break that we got.
Yeah. Oh wow. Oh well. We traded all our draft picks for a high draft pick, and that was stupid. But look, we found our starting quarterback in the 7th round, Mr. Irrelevant.
But or even the fact that you get to the point where Aaron Rodgers wants to be a Jet a couple of years ago, and then
Lucy pulls the football and he tears his Achilles.
Bang. Exactly. How about Subi in Midtown? He's next on ESPN New York. Subi, what's up, brother?
Yeah, I'm surprised you guys didn't bring up Marcus Freeman of Notre Dame because he's been a hot topic recently.
What does he want in college, though? That's what I don't understand.
I think they need a motivational figure more than anything. this defensive side of the Giants, especially their corners, haven't been relevant in years. And especially if they draft someone like a Caleb Downs, I just want someone who can be a media figure and not be boring like the Giants have had. They've never had a good coach that communicates well in a while. So what do you guys think about Marcus Freeman and personal experiences watching his football team?
Well, who did you want to pair with Rex? Rex being the DC? McCarthy?
That was Mike McCarthy.
Rex will take care of the entertainment part.
Yeah.
I don't think Marcus Freeman's a bad coach. I think he's a good coach.
Yeah, but you don't know, just like you have no idea how a NFL coach translates over to college. You never know how a college coach translates up to the league. It takes a special person to be able to navigate through that room.
I think he's a younger
you're
guy.
Dealing with grown men that are professionals.
He's a younger guy who I think would connect with players pretty well.
Yeah, but can he hold them accountable, be disciplined, knowing that they make – well, I guess now in college they make just as much money. No, they don't. The coaches make more money. But, and they grown men that you got to talk to with a sense of respect that you can't just, smacking the helmets, all that kind of stuff you get away with in college.
I got a problem.
Yeah.
Getting angry.
Yeah.
I have.
Blood sugar getting low. Don't worry. We only got 1 hour and 5 minutes.
Here's the problem with this place on a Friday. I can't order any food.
Yeah.
I'm not going to ask anybody to. There's no snacks. The place is empty except for us.
You want me to try and hit the candy stash? Is the Halloween candy still hanging around somewhere?
Oh, I think it is. Let's go find out. Bart and Carlin. Don't forget, next hour, Carlin's Corner Table on the way. Next, though, the frenzy of football at 800-9. What's our number?
919.
It's on the screen, 800-919-3776.
Right, 800-919-3776. Your opportunity to get through on anything that you want to talk about in relation to football. They've got the football frenzy. We've got the frenzy of football. Lines are open now. Bang it! Let's go.
Mornings with DiPietro and Rothenberg.
Jordan, we're done. For Joe Shane to go, things need to really fall on harder times, right?
Unless there's a coach or somebody in the process that really doesn't want to work with him, Joe Shane is going to be back. So I think the likelihood is that Joe Shane will be back next season.
DiPietro and Rothenberg, morning 6 to 10 on ESPN New York and streaming live on YouTube.
FanDuel Friday is turning it up with NBA Happy Hour every Friday from 6 to 7:30 p.m. FanDuel is dropping limited-time specials to get you in the zone. That includes boosts, bonuses, and some surprises, all designed to bring that Friday energy. This isn't just another promo, it's your weekly pregame, so when you're wrapping up the work week, what better way to bring on the weekend than with the NBA Happy Hour? Every Friday, 6 to 7:30 p.m., only on FanDuel, official sportsbook partner of the NBA. FanDuel is dropping limited-time specials to get you in the zone. That includes boosts, bonuses, and some surprises, all designed to bring that Friday energy. Visit FanDuel.com/Rick to grab your reward before the clock expires. Must be 21 and older and physically present in New York. Opt-in required. Rewards are non-withdrawable. Restrictions do apply, including bonus and token expiration, leg requirements, and max wager amount. See terms at sportsbook.fanduel.com. For help with a gambling problem, call 1-877-8-HOPE-NY or text HOPE-NY at 467369.
Join one of the nation's top sports betting analysts, Joe Wiz, as he breaks down all the games in football on the Fine Line. Saturday at 8 a.m., Oklahoma travels to Alabama and Texas takes on Georgia. Plus, hockey, NBA, and UFC from the Garden. The Wiz has you covered. Sunday in the NFL, huge matchups as Tampa takes on Buffalo and Kansas City faces a must-win in Denver. Follow the Wiz on Instagram at Joe Wiz Sports. It's the best bet in town. And tune into the Fine Line with the Wiz Saturday at 8 a.m. Be ready to win.
The Hess truck's back and it's better than ever. Roaring engines this year. Hess race cars are here.
The Hess stock car racers are loaded with lights, sounds, and a powerful racing motor. Only at HessToyTruck.com. Free shipping and batteries included.
This is the Michael K. Show.
If you did watch the 49ers against the Rams, the offensive sets that they run, the movement before snap, we don't see any of that in New York for either team, ever. And as much as we trumpeted Brian Daboll as an offensive guru, is there anything that they did in the 4 years that he was here that you said, wow, that's different. Wow, that's innovative? No, nothing.
The Michael K. Show. Weekdays at 1 on ESPN New York and streaming live on YouTube.
Hey, Doc, nice office.
Quick question. If you had to choose, would you give yourself a root canal or run payroll?
Run payroll, no question.
Seriously? Have you run payroll before?
Paying my team with Gusto couldn't be easier. Gusto gives me unlimited payroll runs, next-day direct deposits, and automatically files my taxes. Saves me time.
Wow, that's nice.
Over here, Doc. Can I run payroll too?
Choose payroll without the pain. Visit gusto.com/radio to sign up for free.
Clinton Yates here. The holidays are upon us, and so are the savings at Total Wine & More. Discover thousands of wines, spirits, and beers like my favorite, IPAs, perfect for every celebration and every budget. From bold reds to sparklers, you'll find the perfect wines to raise a glass this season. With the lowest prices for over 30 years, you'll always find what you love and love what you find only at Total Wine & More. Curbside pickup and delivery available in most areas. See TotalWine.com for details. Spirits not sold in Virginia and North Carolina. Drink responsibly. Be 21.
Hey, this is Mika Zibanejad.
Hey, this is Adam Fox. Catch every Rangers game right here on 880 ESPN.
WHSQ and WCBS-FM HD2, New York.
That's right. At noon, it is the frenzy of football.
But before that, what's that?
Oh, don't worry. I'm getting there.
Okay.
I understand why you wouldn't have faith in me because there's not many reasons to. I forget quite often.
But you're hangry.
I'll tell you, that little shot of blood sugar, that really,
Spiked
little
you
shot
right
of
up.
sugar, that really perked me right up.
See?
Julia's still got the full, the full bowl.
Out of
And she's
chocolate,
been,
though,
like,
right?
refilling it. So
Oh,
there's,
wow.
there's some Kit Kats, there's some
Oh,
Starburst.
chocolate. Oh, see, you all right,
There's
yeah.
some Milky Way.
Let's hurry up, get to this next break. I'm about to go kill
Man, we got 20 minutes, Cowboy. Sit tight. What is it?
It's the power hour.
Keep going, I'm chewing.
Hour. Stop it at 7, man. It wasn't the lucky number 7 last night, and disappointing that once again the topic of conversation is Justin Fields and his inability to throw the ball. Shows flashes with his legs, brilliance, the touchdown run, the extending plays. But you're not going to win a lot of football games if you can't throw the ball for at least 200 yards a game.
I can't watch him play. I can't watch him
It's
play.
uncomfortable.
Yeah.
Like, even the easy stuff that's supposed to be easy looks hard. Like the 5-yard hitch to, like, the tight ends right over the ball, just thrown so hard.
Not only that, but, like, on 3rd down and 9, I know that he's going to dump it off over the middle after, 4 yards.
That's so frustrating. He's not even trying to get the first down.
Yeah. I
Like,
know what's coming.
Here's the ball. Go get 5. Go get 5. You throwing it to a zone, brother. They looking right at me.
Yeah. You're not getting first downs that way. Look, the whole thing, trying to watch him play, I don't know how, and I understand what Canty was saying earlier. Canty is saying the Jets feel like their best brand of football to try to win is to run the ball and be as physical as possible with Fields as opposed to throwing it all over the place with Tyrod Taylor. I'm not suggesting throwing it all over the place. I'm just suggesting a normal offense.
Yeah, you can run the
Well, you have
ball
to
and want to
respect
run the ball, and it could be a lot of Brees Hall, right? You don't have to, it's not like, oh, well, when we put him in RPO game, Brees Hall isn't capable of running, explosive runs. Like, that's not true. I mean, the offense should go through Brees Hall, and the passing game should go through the quarterback, and they shouldn't be mutually exclusive.
Bart Carlin on ESPN New York. We'll have more on the Jets right now, though. Let's perk us up a little bit.
Let's do it.
It's a Friday. How about the frenzy of football?
Oh, that is genius. Did you just come up with that on the spot?
Bart and Carlin on Friday?
They have the football frenzy.
They have the football frenzy. We have the frenzy of football.
Yes.
They're saying the segment's so good, we want a piece of it.
Yes.
It's the same,
They got the golden arches. Mine is the golden arcs.
but different.
They use a sesame seed bun. My buns have no seed.
That is true. A bald bun.
Bart and Carlin on ESPN New York and on the ESPN New York app. So here's the deal. We'll go through them. Let it fly at 800-919-3776. We'll get your comments in. One or two of you, I'm going to let you go a little bit longer than usual because you've been waiting a while. But it is your comment, your question, whatever it is that you have to say about anything NFL related, this is your time to do it. 800-919-3776. Nick in Portland has been very patient. Thereby, Nick, you are granted a little extra time. Have at it.
Gentlemen, good morning from beautiful, sunny Portland, Oregon, which is rare to say. I really appreciate you taking my call first.
I heard it was war-torn, but that's a different story. Anyway.
Yeah, you're right,
Get
Carlin.
to the chopper now.
Also, check out IKEA if you need couch plans. But a couple points, man. So, Bart, you brought up something earlier about Justin Fields' passing game. Dude, he was throwing bullets last night, and I feel like guys were standing there with triangles in their hands to try to receive the football. And it was driving me nuts because I'm like, if he has a little more touch on the ball, these guys can make catchable passes. And then secondly, on defense, how many times have we been waiting for the Jets to make an interception? All right, like literally,
one turnover
for these
this
guys
year
to catch passable balls. And I just felt like it was so frustrating because we had a chance to stay in this game, and the Jets could have made a couple picks that would have made big turnovers, and it just is so infuriating because I feel like last night was kind of a turning point where we're on a 2-game win streak. We could have made a difference in this game. We could have upset a divisional opponent, and it was just, like I said, very frustrating. But I'm curious about your thoughts, and I really appreciate you guys taking my call. Big time fan, Bart, number 57 for life, baby.
I appreciate it. The Patriots were who we thought they were. And we let them off the hook. And we let them off the hook because that was a very winnable game. It was a one-score game, no matter how they got there. And, I just believe that it was a time to try and get some fresh blood in there, maybe throw their defense off. They had a game plan that was designed and ready to go for Justin Fields. If you put Tyrod Taylor in there, maybe you create a spark and create some opportunities to take some more shots down the field and see if you can get something going. It's frustrating because, I don't think the gap between this team and the Patriots are that far, but it's a huge gap between the quarterbacks. It's tough to win that way, and it's deflating when you come in as a defensive player or you come back in and you're saying that, hey, we're trying to win, but you're not putting the person out there that gives you the
And it's deflating when they controlled the division for 20 years and they had a down period of 2 years, and now they're back already, and they've got their guy.
Yeah.
That really is a kick in the pants. Dave in Union next on the Frenzy of Football. Dave, what's up?
Hey, how's it going, guys? I just have a comment about Aaron Glenn. I need you guys to back up off of Aaron Glenn. I mean, I'm not the favorite of him with the media, how he treats the media, but this dude is in all tank mode when he bench players, Quincy Williams, that shouldn't be benched, when he, don't want to replace Justin Fields. He's in all tank mode. He's not trying to win, and I guess he has a plan for next week.
Listen, I get the idea that you would think that. I mean, when they trade away those players, you can't feel like they're going out there to win every game, and I know that's what Darren Muji tried to sell you. But I don't feel like the Jets wanted to fully tank this all together. Maybe they do. Maybe that's it. Maybe we're just trying to get to the number one pick.
I mean, they got enough picks.
Maybe they like Mendoza a lot. I don't know.
I mean,
Muji was there last week to watch Mendoza at Penn State. I don't know.
I mean, I get it. I think they'll be moving a little bit too fast unless they're 100% sure. They need to keep those 2027 picks in case he can't handle the lights.
800-919-3776 on the Frenzy of Football. Jose in Brooklyn is next. Jose, what do you got?
Shout out to the company, and thank you guys for taking my call. Will the Jets, you guys have kind of already intimated it, will the Jets actually draft Mendoza, since they visited him a couple of times and it looks like they're doing their homework? And from what I see, he looks like he's got the goods, but I still got to see a lot more games because this is kind of like the first year he's popped off for me. So I just wanted to hear your guys' thoughts on Mendoza and what you saw.
Well, look, I think the fact that we weren't even bringing him up at the beginning of the year as one of the big-time prospects is a little bit problematic. And I also think that, he's been brought into a situation in Indiana where he's been able to have great success because they have put a lot of talent around him. They have obviously situated themselves very well when it comes to NIL and having the money to spend. The positive thing I would say about Mendoza is this is his third year pretty much as a starter. So he's played a lot of football, and he has consistently gotten better. So I would put all of those in the positive column. What I would say, though, is I would still need to see more here.
And this is the thing. With this class, we don't know if they're going to go back in or if they're going to come out and declare, because he still can stay and play a little longer. Then you got the kid from Oregon, who people think are more talented, but he's young and he doesn't have the experience.
Barely played.
Right. So if that's the case, then maybe you bring him in and get you a bridge quarterback and let him sit for a little while and make sure you build a team around him. I mean, hell, you got 2 first-round draft picks. To pick one on a quarterback, pick one on a defensive tackle, defensive end, whoever you feel is like the best. And the Jets in a couple of years, 2027, they can beat the New England Patriots. They can get their quarterback a year early, let him sit instead of getting his brains beat out, or you play him to get experience, and then you go out and spend, $150 million in free agency. Like the Jets in 2027 have like over $200 million in free salary cap space. So let's start using that, and then putting that together with the 2027 first-round draft picks. You can get a haul and rebuild your team really fast with a lot of talent.
Frenzy of Football comment coming in on YouTube from Black Metronome. We will take them there, too, with your quick questions as you have them. Black Metronome, does Jameis throw for over 250 yards against Green Bay? Green Bay this year, top 10 pass defense, under 200 yards a game. What do you think?
Don't matter with Jameis. Jameis will throw for 400 and throw 4 picks. It don't matter. Like, he going to keep swinging. I don't worry about Jameis getting unconfident and not believing in his arm. He's going to try and make some tough throws. He has the arm talent. Sometimes you get the best of Jameis Winston. Sometimes you get the worst. But it's going to be beautiful and entertaining. I think a lot of people are going to tune into that game in particular just because they want to see what's going to happen.
I will be very interested in calling the game on ESPN Radio. Unfortunately, it's not on here in New York. But let's just say if you follow me on social, maybe you'll find a way to listen to it. I don't know. That's all. But anyway, point being, when Jackson Dart was going to be out, it better be Jameis.
Yeah.
It better be Jameis.
I think Russ is cooked, especially after, Dart got hurt last week and we saw, Russell Wilson come in. It got real ugly.
That reminds me of something that I want to bring up to you in a minute. Joe in Jersey is next on ESPN New York. Joe, what's going on?
Good afternoon. This is very lighthearted, but I thought it was the perfect venue to bring it up. Is there any way we could get penalties installed into the game to stop every player that every time they get a first down, we have to see them throw the arm forward like the referees do? It's your job to play the game. Yet every play, every guy has to stand up and give you, and then they get camera time. And I know why they're doing it.
Well, you missed the best part. You missed a DB break up an interception of his own player and celebrate.
Tony Adams.
Hey, bro, you just knocked the ball out of my hand. We would have had the ball going the other way. Thanks a lot. Jerk.
I don't have any problem with any guy who gets a first down doing that. Can we lighten up? What's the big deal with that?
Bad down. Yeah. You're playing with emotion. The game's played with emotion.
Get off my lawn. Come on.
I don't have a problem with it.
Lighten up. I don't have a problem with it either. That is the frenzy of football on Bart Carlin on
Not
ESPN
to be confused
New York.
with
the football frenzy.
Two separate things.
Exactly. Ours is better. That's how they're different. We're respectful. We're not kicking you to the curb if you make a dumb comment. We're slightly escorting you to the curb if you make a dumb comment.
Yeah, like, come back next week. We'll give you another shot.
I did want to bring up something with Russ for a second. So I'm doing my prep work for the game, okay? And I'm going through all of Russ's career just in case he ends up in the game.
Yeah.
Because you got to have the information there in case. Do you realize this is the difference between All-Pro and Pro Bowl? Russ is a 10-time Pro Bowler.
Yep.
He has been second-team All-Pro once.
Yep.
That is the difference. So I guess I'm asking two questions here. So much of the debate around Russ these days is, can you actually play your way out of the Hall of Fame? When you look at the totality of the picture, Russ has thrown for like 47,000 yards.
Oh, that's 20 behind Drew Brees.
Yeah. Actually, I need to go get the number. But 353 touchdowns, 114 interceptions in his career. So that's a 3-to-1 ratio. That's pretty damn good.
Yeah.
Has Russ, can you play your way out? And, like, have you ever heard of the idea of a 10-time Pro Bowler not being a Hall of Famer, but then at the same time you could argue he's been second-team All-Pro once?
Yeah, because he was never really in and lost himself out. Like, he was never a shoe-in. Like, I feel like a guy like Phillip Rivers, even though he didn't win a Super Bowl, maybe is closer to a Hall of Famer than that of I feel like if you ask anybody who deserves to be in the Hall of Fame, Phillip Rivers or Russell Wilson, I think people would probably say Phillip Rivers more.
So Russ has obviously got a Super Bowl, lost another, but in a big moment through a crucial interception.
Yep.
353 touchdowns, 114 interceptions, 47,000 yards. He's got 5 seasons of 30 touchdowns. In his best season, he threw 40 in 2020.
Yeah, but that pales in comparison. I feel like because the numbers are adjusting too, and so many if that's the case, you're going to put every quarterback in. Because just think, you're going to put Josh Allen in, you're going to put Patrick Mahomes in, you're going to put Lamar Jackson in. Like, it's going to get ridiculous. You got to start having higher standards for some of these guys.
But I have not even included the rushing numbers, which is nearly 6,000 yards in his career as a quarterback, and then 31 touchdowns.
Because if you pull him up against a guy like Ben Roethlisberger, it's not even going to be close.
Yeah, I know. I was fascinated by the notion of going through that.
Yeah.
And he's made the Pro Bowl 10 times, and he wouldn't be a Hall of Famer.
And a Pro Bowl is like a popularity contest.
But, he's still, like, 10 times is a big number. But
he's played, like, 20 years yet? Has he played 20 years yet? 18?
No, not even. He's played 14. I believe this is his 14th season. 2012 was his first year.
Yeah.
So, like, that to me is kind of amazing that you can have all of that, and yet none of us would look at him and think definitively, oh, yeah, no doubt. I think you're right to say that he hasn't played his way out of it. He just may have never done it long enough to play his way in.
Yeah, look how long Eli had to wait, and Eli was like he's a two-time Super Bowl champion.
But, like, I look at Eli's career record, 500.
Yeah.
Exactly 500.
But look at the defensive teams in which he played with. Well,
let me ask you
Eli
something.
played with good teams.
This is going to sound silly, but I'm going to ask it anyway because I know what my answer is. In their prime, you have to win a game. Eli or Russ?
Man, this is tough, man, because Russ was a comeback kid, and he had the ability that Eli didn't have early in his career to really hurt you with his legs.
Yeah.
He was reluctant to do it, but he could do it, and he can do it at a high level. I would probably say young Russ they both have the same mannerisms as far as, like, how cool and collective they are. But I probably would go with Russ back in because of that other element.
I definitely would. I would absolutely go with Russ because of the other element and because Russ is less likely to turn it over.
Yeah. Now, like Ben Roethlisberger, I would take Ben.
No, I would absolutely take Ben.
I would take Phillip Rivers, maybe Carson Palmer. Before the knee injury, I thought he's one of the best. He was like one of the best quarterbacks in the world. I mean,
you were higher on Phillip Rivers than I am, but you played against him, so you know.
Yeah. I mean, remember me and them San Diego teams with him, LT, Vincent Jackson, Antonio Gates. They were setting offensive records, and he's a talker. He talked cash money, and he's a competitor too. I mean, this dude played in a playoff game with no ACL, with a torn ACL. And LT,
a game against the Colts.
Yeah, and LT was hurt, and LT didn't even attempt to play. And he out there, I know LT's running, but man, he stood up strong and stood up tall.
Yeah, he got a lot of respect for that game.
Yeah,
he got a lot of respect for that game. And Ray says about here, he's like, he beat Bill twice, and Russ lost to Bill. Yeah, that's true.
Yeah.
Listen, Russ threw that pick and that pick is going to haunt him forever, and I don't know who to blame on that completely, but he's the one who threw it, and ultimately he gets the blame for that.
Yeah.
So, but as much as that's the case, the one that stands out more, it's not so much that he beat Bill twice, it beat Brady twice, it's the undefeated season. It's when they beat him in the undefeated season in the Super Bowl to keep them from completing that.
It's the iconic.
And they limited him to 14 points in that game.
And it's iconic moments, though. It's like him breaking through from the tackler, Darius Thomas, and not known for buying time and just refusing to be taken down and just throwing it up and being able to complete that pass was good stuff.
Yeah. It was amazing. It's Bart and Carlin on ESPN New York and on the
Candy
ESPN
time.
New
That
York
went fast.
Huh?
Candy time. That went fast.
No, we still have 5 minutes.
Oh, I thought. Man, why didn't you say 25 minutes then? Okay.
Because it's 25 everywhere. I'm
Tom,
sorry,
get a brother a Kit Kat, Tom. Get a brother a Kit Kat.
Do we even have Kit Kats in the kitchen?
They're not in the kitchen. They're somewhere special that are hidden.
See, Ty, that's how you know he don't want you to know the stats in case you ever come between him and his Kit Kat.
All I can say is Brown sure saw where they were, and that level of candy in that bowl is dropping by the moment.
I'll go on a mission and try and find one, and if I do, I'm just going to walk into the studio and throw it right at Bart.
Right there. It's in the pocket.
Well,
you
don't need to tell him.
I need to chew so I can stay awake.
I know you've had a long day and a long night last night.
Man, it was at one point when Willie looked at me like, "It's gonna be okay, Bart." I didn't even realize. I was just thinking off to the distance. Like I've been doing this for like 12 years.
I know that look. I saw that look on Ray Lucas.
I was like, bro, it ain't getting better. And bro, I think we're going backwards.
I saw that look on Greg Buttle, although Buttle will never say a negative thing about them. All right, he found him. He threw about 4 Kit Kats at Bart. I think one of them fell in his water.
Fell in my hot chocolate.
A hot chocolate? Ooh, double up on a hot chocolate. It was a Kit Kat that fell in there, nice and melt.
Mm-hmm. But it was in a wrapper, so no bueno.
Okay. Anyway, point being, I felt for you because there was a little part of me that as I was getting ready to go to bed last night, and the game is just finishing. 2-minute warning, I went to bed. But I was going to listen to Aaron Glenn's press conference as I fell asleep. And I'm just thinking to myself, out of respect to Bart, should I just turn on the postgame show? Because I do love him so much, and usually I would. But it's a late night on a Thursday, and I got to get up at 6 to go drive into the city. Not that that's anything that anybody else doesn't have to do, but then you've got to come back right around. You got to be on the air at 8.
Yeah.
Oh, man.
Yeah, that production call is at 6, so I got to get up at like 5.
Oof.
I ain't get home till like 2.
I saw Fortenbaugh today was wearing like a what would I call it? A powder blue suit.
Yeah.
Yeah, I wanted to come over there wearing an orange suit so we could be Dumb and Dumber.
Hey, did I tell you what happened yesterday?
No.
So like we had this thing where we having a funny show. Like we like the pregame was hype because we had optimism. And they was like, let's name the top 5 Mays, right? So Willie Mays was number 1. And like it was the other thing. The producer, he comes down like he's the voice of God. He was like, number 2, the Mayflower. We say, wait a damn minute. The hell are you talking about? That wasn't a good boat ride. I said, that wasn't a good boat ride for black people. I was like, hey, what the hell are you talking about? That's one of the best Mays. Hell no. And I went, but we didn't land on Plymouth Rock. Plymouth Rock landed on us. It's like, hold on, we were the engine that got the boat over here. What the hell are you talking about? Yeah,
Mayflower was a nice ride for you.
Right. You was above deck.
Sipping pina coladas.
drinking Pirates rum. Wasn't so great for us, brother. He was like, yeah, this might be the last time we do this. I said it right on air. Like, what? The Mayflower? There ain't no good May. The hell you talking about?
Oh, that's funny. I did you ever see the show that they did on Comedy Central that was called Drunk History? Where it's
oh no, I missed it.
So they did a series for a long time called Drunk History, and what they would do is you'd sit down and you would get hammered. You would basically sit and drink for a couple hours, and then they would ask you about an event in history and ask you to explain it when you were drunk. Why don't we do Bart history instead of art history? Bart history.
That's to get drunk?
No, not get drunk.
Okay.
I just love hearing you explain things like that, like putting somebody in their place over the Mayflower.
It's like, bro,
wasn't good for us.
What kind of boat ride? That wasn't no cruise liner for us, brother. We below deck. Bro,
just Bart history is putting people in their place. Like they say, history is written by the victors.
Exactly.
And just reminding them what really happened.
Yeah, like you know the nuance of that, right?
Nuance isn't even the word.
On a 3-hour tour, the skipper ends. Like, come on, bro.
See, Bart, we can't have you drunk for it, but we could give you candy before it so we can get you nice and hyped for it.
That's true.
That gave me hyphy.
That's true. Bart and Carlin, up next, the corner table.
Oh, yeah.
We gonna bagel it next on ESPN New York. Friday with Don, Hahn, and Rosenberg. Should the Jets stick with Justin Fields at quarterback?
What were his first half stats?
He was 4 for 7 for 23 yards. You can't win like that.
That's right.
Which, again, it depends on what kind of fan you are. If you're a fan that doesn't want to see them win football games, this is perfect.
And can Jameis Winston lead the Giants to a win this weekend? And how will the Knicks fare without Jalen Brunson tonight? Don, Hahn, and Rosenberg today at 3 on ESPN New York and streaming live on YouTube.
Hey, fans! Welcome back to Fansville's Cheers and Tears. Oh. Okay, so everybody deals with losing, right? To a rival on a last-second field goal. Whatever, it's fine. I'm totally fine. But I cope with losing with an ice-cold Dr. Pepper. Those 23 flavors are so delicious. They totally wash away the pain of your college football team taking a big fat L. College football. It's a pepper thing.
This college football season, show your school spirit every time you pay. Introducing college-branded Venmo debit cards. Rep your team on and off the field with custom school designs that let everyone know who you root for. Whether you're tailgating, grabbing snacks for the watch party, or celebrating a win, you can unlock 15% cash back at ESPN, 1 free year of Perplexity Pro, and more. This college football season, score more with the Venmo debit card. Get yours now in the Venmo app. Learn more at venmo.com/collegecard.
Max cashback varies. Terms apply. The Venmo MasterCard is issued by the Bancorp Bank, N.A.
1-877 Cards for Kids. KARS Cards for Kids. 1-877 Cards for Kids. Donate your card today.
1-877 Cars for Kids. KARS Cars for Kids. 1-877 Cars for Kids. Donate your car today.
Ready to get rid of that old car? Donate it to Cars for Kids. Call 1-877-CARS-FOR-KIDS to reach a friendly live agent. Donation's super easy, and your car can be picked up as soon as tomorrow. Call us now, 1-877-CARS-FOR-KIDS. That's Cars with a K to donate your car today.
1-877 Cars for Kids. Donate your car today.
Did you know you can donate real estate too? Go to carsforkids.org. That's carsforkids.org.
From the regular season to the Super Bowl, ESPN New York is your destination for football. We've got crazy fans.
If the Giants somehow beat the Cowboys, I'm going to take a dump on your head.
You can feel good because you're a damn football team.
Expert analysis.
Marcus Spears joins us now. ESPN NFL analyst Damian Woody.
Mel Kiper Jr.
The Hall of Famer Steve Young.
He's kind of our resident general manager, Louis Riddick.
We got Mike Tannenbaum right now.
And all your fantasy and wagering needs. This is ESPN New York. We are football.
Some people just know you can save money on car insurance by checking Allstate first. Like to check if they're going for it on 4th down before going to the concession stand.
Yeah, give me 3 hot dogs, 2 jumbo
Touchdown, baby! What?
Hey, buddy, you want cheese with those?
Yeah, checking first is smart.
No.
So check Allstate first and see what you could save. You're in good hands with Allstate.
Potential savings vary, including based on how you buy, subject to terms, conditions, and availability. Allstate North American Insurance Company and affiliates, Northbrook, Illinois.
This college football moment is brought to you by ServPro.
College football teams have moments they recovered from and made it like it never even happened. Like on October 2nd, 1993, when the University of California faced a 30-0 halftime deficit to Oregon. Cal went on a remarkable 42-11 run in the second half to capture a 42-41 victory, one of the largest comebacks in college football history.
ServPro, like it never even happened.
Bart and Carlin, ESPN New York, and on the ESPN New York app. We will continue on phones in a few minutes. We will also get our picks to you shortly. We need to get our records, too, tidied up if we could check that out. But now it is once again time for Carlin's Corner Table.
I had some bacon.
Chris Carlin likes food.
Onion rings done right kick the ass of any French fry on the planet.
Chris Carlin has opinions on food.
You call yourselves the Burger King, you're a disgrace.
It's Carlin's Corner Table.
I need fat in my burger.
You know what I've noticed lately with Bart, and I didn't really notice it, I would say probably up until the last couple of weeks, how much you enjoy a bagel. You have gone and gotten some bagel sandwiches here when you bring in your breakfast.
Yeah, I love everything bagels. I love like sesame seed bagels. I don't know if I want to make it savory with the Philadelphia cheese, cream cheese, the scallions, or if I want to put like the strawberry spread on it so they make it real sweet, something like that. So, but bagel sandwiches are really good too. As egg sandwiches with a little cream cheese too. But it squeezes out though. But I got a repertoire for like bagels. I just didn't realize how much sugar and sodium and fat is in them.
This is true, but it's worth it. Here's the deal. I love bagels. I always have. But I am very, very picky when it comes to bagels because a lot of places try to claim to have the greatest bagels. And we did one earlier this year, and I went to one that was very highly rated in New York called Apollo Bagels. There are 5 locations. 3 in the city, 1 in Brooklyn, and 1 in Hoboken.
I remember that, yeah.
Yeah. So, and there's one right near here, down on the, there's one in the East Village, and there's one in Soho nearby as well. So, I checked out Apollo Bagels. Check out their website, apollobagels.com. Now, I went in at about lunchtime, which is always a little bit of a dicey thing with bagels because it's later in the day, and of course, they're made fresh in the morning. Apollo Bagels at lunchtime has 3 types of bagels only. Bart, and I love this.
3?
It is plain.
Simplistic.
Everything sesame. Just the 2 that you mentioned that you love, and a plain one. Why do they do 3 only? Well, for me, I love the fact that they are keeping it as simple as possible so that you are staying in your lane and doing what you're doing, do it very well. And we're not trying to reinvent the wheel all the time.
Yeah.
You go into some of these bagel stores, you got 30 kinds of bagels. And then you look up and you got rainbow bagels. And how many of those are they throwing out at the end of the morning? Like, you're just wasting your time. Apollo Bagels, lean and mean. But I was a little bit, I don't want to say skeptical, but as I said, I have a tough palate to make happy when it comes to bagels. So, I ordered an everything bagel with butter. I like cream cheese. I don't dislike cream cheese. I don't like 100 different kinds of things. Butter's my go-to. Now, I ordered it untoasted. I actually I shouldn't say that. I specified, or I did not specify if I wanted it toasted or not. They went ahead and toasted it. So normally I would like to try a bagel without it being toasted.
Oh, wow.
Just to see what it's like.
You don't want to seal the goodness?
Am I anti-toast? I am not anti-toast at all. I just want to know in its purest form what it's like. So this was my first experience. There are 2 things that are crucial with the bagel. Really 3 things. Number 1, crunchiness on the outside. I like a little crunch on the outside of the bagel. Number 2, I like chewiness on the inside. Number 3, and this is all about the person preparing the bagel, you do not overwhelm me with the topping but you do not shortchange me either.
Yeah.
That is an art. That is an art.
Yeah.
So that if I'm ordering a bagel with butter, I 9 times out of 10 will either get a little tiny bit of butter, and you can barely taste it, or 4 pounds of it.
Yes, no in between.
Exactly. They delivered the perfect in between. They were very conscientious of that, and I like that because you can tell when people pay attention to things and are trying to do the right thing. So, I got to go back to the car. No place to sit inside. It's a bagel place. In and out. Let's go.
Yeah.
Go back to the car. Take my first bite. I got crunch. I got chew. I got solid butter levels across the board. I was very, very pleased with what we were experiencing here. Now, it's an everything bagel. As I said to somebody else earlier.
A lot of flavor.
A lot of flavor. Can get a little dicey with your breath.
Oh, yeah.
A little later on.
And you look down and you're in your car, you got like little seeds all over the place.
Exactly. They give it to you. They don't serve it in a little piece of paper. They serve it to you when it's prepared in like one of those clamshell type things, small clamshells,
Gotcha.
So that when you take a bite, you eat over the clamshell. It's collecting it if there's any that falls.
Perfecto.
You try to do that with paper, it doesn't matter. That stuff's going everywhere. It's going everywhere, and you got it on your shirt. You got it all over the place. Bart, bottom line here on Apollo Bagels. It was worth the hype, and this has been a place that has been hyped by an awful lot of people. It really has. I went over to Unsportsmanlike this morning, and Michelle Smallman was like, "What'd you think?" And she's got one right in her neighborhood, and we talked about it, and she was very high on it. But they give you a couple of chances at selections at sandwiches, but we're not going to let you just dictate every last damn thing that you ever would want on this here. That's not what we're about. This is about our bagel and how good it is, and it's good. It's really good. Again, 5 locations, 4 Carlins.
4 Carlins.
I would have preferred to try it untoasted, but I am confident that had I done that, I would have been as satisfied.
See, you could have tried it so many different ways, right? Because you could have tried it with, like, one side. See, I like to take the butter and have it melted and then sear it with the butter.
Yeah.
Then take one part just plain, then do one where it's toasted and you add the butter out later. See, I like to put the butter and then over the butter put the cream cheese. But if it's too hot, then the cream cheese it kind of melts. And I hate when they take your bagel and they push them together. No, I need mine's open face because I want to be able to have the right. Because if you pull it apart and then some of it go there, then you got dry spots on your bagel. I like to be able to pull it apart and it's evenly spread.
I completely respect all of that, and I think that also comes down to the level of which they deliver the spread. Like, again, do I want to be the jackass, and I have been this jackass, who will go back to the counter and say, "I'm sorry, could I get some more butter on here?
Yeah.
Would you deliver me my heart attack a little bit more quickly?"
And I don't like that whipped butter stuff. I like real butter.
Yeah, this was real butter.
You know what I'm saying? You know how like they got that new light butter that's spreadable? Yep. I don't like spreadable butter. I like to melt my butter and let it pool in like a pool of wetness and like a puddle and put my bun in there and let it soak it up.
Yes.
And sear it. I don't like that whipped butter stuff because it's not whipped butter. They churn it different. They don't have enough stuff in it.
Well, this was a pleasure. It was a pleasure. Apollo Bagels, ApolloBagels.com, 5 locations, 3 in Manhattan, 1 in Brooklyn, I believe Williamsburg, and 1 in Hoboken. So go to ApolloBagels.com, 4 out of 5 Carlins. And the video element to this is available right now on my TikTok at That Guy Carlin and my Instagram as well as Bart Carlin, ESPN New York, ESPN Radio Instagrams, all of them there. And enjoy. But if you like the bagels, and I'm a tough grader, very good bagel. Very good. The chat is just flying right here. People all over this. Facts, Carlin, they got to find the balance with the butter. It's amazing, these little things in life, how they can screw you over.
It's the details.
Yes, it's the details. Thank you.
Especially when you're talking about food.
No meat for the bagel, one guy wants to know. Nah, bacon, egg, and cheese, and all of people.
Yeah, you can make it a sandwich. You can make it a sandwich like that. Yeah,
you can do it however you want. I was there about the bagel itself.
Yeah, you're going straight bagel because if you get to the eggs, it's about do you have cheese, cheddar? Because when I make my egg sandwich, I still want the cheddar cheese, but then I want the cream cheese. Put it on top, but I have to have bacon in between that because I need that savory sweetness to match with that. Then I make the sandwich, cut it, but then you got to make sure that the bacon ain't spilling out.
How are you 220 pounds? How? And cut when you talk about it that way.
Well, I'm like 240.
But still, you're cut. You're cut. You did the gym selfie a couple of weeks ago, and I said, hey, we got a little bit of a love handle situation.
Yeah, a little muffin top.
Yeah. Well, it's gone now.
It's still, I still got work to do.
Listen, I pay attention. You're a handsome man, and is Bart putting it on? Because I know I am.
You know what? Me and you should start working out together, man. We'll get it together. Me, you, and Canty. We can start at the baby shower.
Bart and Carlin, ESPN New York. Picks coming up in moments. Right here. Listen on the ESPN New York app and on the ESPN New York YouTube page. Again, go check out Carlin's Corner Table. It is available on ESPN New York's Instagram and mine as well, at That Guy Carlin.
This is DiPietro and Rothenberg.
Dropped by Fields, and now it looks like New England has recovered.
I don't think they're giving themselves a legitimate chance to win football games with Justin Fields as their quarterback.
We're all accountable for that. Coaches, make sure we put our guys in the right position. Justin, make sure we get the ball to some other guys.
They're still an undisciplined team.
Details and discipline. That was a box that we didn't check.
A lot of miscommunication out there. Guys not on the same page.
I, as a fan now, think we should lose.
And I don't think that's wrong.
This is DiPietro and Rothenberg.
Why? How is this possible?
Ask Rich.
Morning Start with DiPietro and Rothenberg. Weekdays from 6 to 10 on ESPN New York and streaming live on YouTube.
When you're hiring, have you ever felt like you're missing out on meeting truly great candidates for your roles? It seems impossible to find them, but they have to be out there somewhere, right? Well, they're not hard to find when you know where to go, and that place is ZipRecruiter. And right now, you can try ZipRecruiter for free at ZipRecruiter.com/ESPN. ZipRecruiter helps 10 million people with their job search every day. And because these people are actively looking for jobs just like yours, it's easy to find the right person right away. In fact, 4 out of 5 employers who post on ZipRecruiter get a quality candidate within the first day. But if you're not using ZipRecruiter, you're missing out. So see what it's like when the impossible is easy. When you go to ZipRecruiter.com/ESPN right now to try ZipRecruiter for free. Once again, that's ZipRecruiter.com/ESPN. ZipRecruiter.com/ESPN. Never miss out on great candidates with ZipRecruiter.
The Hess truck's back and it's better than ever. Roaring engines this year. Hess race cars are here.
The Hess stock car racers are loaded with lights, sounds, and a powerful racing motor. Only at HessToyTruck.com. Free shipping and batteries included.
At Jake's 58 Casino Hotel this November, it's your chance to gobble up the green and feast on your share of $55,000 cash. Earn entries all month long and join us on Friday, November 28th from 4 to 6 p.m. 2 winners will be drawn every hour to win up to $10,000 cash. Then at 7 p.m., 1 lucky winner will take home a grand prize of $20,000 cash at Jake's 58 Casino Hotel.
If gambling is a problem for you or someone you care about, please call the 24-hour toll-free helpline at 1-877-8-HOPE-NY or text HOPE-NY.
Progressive knows there's so many great things about being a sports fan. Like scoring the company box seats. How great is that? Trick plays that actually work. Prevent defense when your team is winning by a lot. And even more preventative prevent defense as they're hanging on by a thread. And of course, saving money when you bundle your home and auto with Progressive. That's pretty great. Just like trick plays that actually work.
Yeah, but how often does that happen?
Complaining about sports. Not so great. Progressive Casualty Insurance Company, affiliates, and other insurers. Not available in all states or situations.
Hey, it's Kirk Herbstreit. On game day, great prep makes all the difference. Same goes for your pizza. That's why I go with Frigidaire Stone-Baked Pizza Oven. Fresh pizzas go from dough to done in just 2 minutes.
Whether you're throwing a party or squeezing in dinner between plays, this oven delivers hot, crispy, restaurant-quality pizza right from your kitchen. Only from Frigidaire. Game-ready pizza. Get it today at the Home Depot. how doers get more done.
NBA fans, the race for the Emirates NBA Cup is on.
Let the games begin.
30 teams will start, but only 8 will advance.
Oh, he puts it in!
And only one champion will capture the cup.
Let's go!
To finish first, they'll have to put the pedal to the metal. Who will capture the cup? Well, let's see what happens on the court.
Basketball is back!
Emirates NBA Cup Group Play continues every Friday on Prime.
Just got paid Friday night. I'm so sleepy, feeling right. Booty shaking, dancing to the beat. Oh, yeah. My Jets, they stink. Just got paid Friday night. Sunday's off. I'ma get right. Gonna have some fun. Watch some real football. Uh-oh, my bad. The remix. Take that. Oh, it's okay, guys. We get to watch something that's great. We get to see Jameis, the most entertaining man in the world. Not only do we get a Jameis game, we get a Jameis post-game interview. I'm here for all of it, baby. How would you think that the Giants can fire their coach, but it can be so much excitement about one man coming? In the words of Hamilton, is that what he said?
Finally made it, huh?
Finally made it without you.
I'm looking forward to, hopefully you get that. You know, sometimes they do that quick 2-question pregame interview.
Yeah,
They
yes.
get that with Jameis.
Oh, I hope they get him before the game.
He's so good at that. He's so good at that.
You're like, it's going to be beautiful. It's going to be ugly, but it's going to be life. He's going to inspire you, confuse you, and motivate you all at the same time.
Well, it's time for our picks. Bart Carlin on ESPN New York. Let's hit the music. Right now, through Week 10, Bart and I did not make picks last week because I wasn't here. So the records are as such. We both, in Week 9, went 1-2. Bart has a 1-game advantage on me. He is 14-16. And I am 13-7. Excuse me. Back that up. He is 13.
You juvenile?
He is 13-14. He is 13-14, and I am 12-15 in my picks. Neither one of them anything to write home about.
I'm just letting you know I'm going undefeated this week. I'm just letting you know.
Okay.
I'm through playing around, through like betting with my emotions. It's on.
Okay, game 1. Giants at home for the Packers. Jameis at quarterback. Packers 6.5-point favorites. Bart, what do you got?
Yeah, my heart wants to go to Jameis Winston. He's such a nice dude, man. Sentimentally, I just really want them to be able to have some good things. And also, I want them to be able to create some separation so that the Jets can have a better draft pick. But I have to be realistic. Green Bay is coming off of losing 2 in a row at home. They know how pivotal this is. They understand that the Lions are there. Michael Parsons and Rashawn Gary's coming home. Remember, he's from Piscataway or somewhere around there.
No, he's from Scotch Plains, baby. Keep it real.
Okay,
Scotch Plains. Scotch Plains, New Jersey.
He went to Paramus Catholic.
Well, they stole him away from SPF.
Yeah.
And that Partridge clown got him to go up there and go up to Paramus Catholic. Just killed us.
Yeah, that is true. And, they had the litigation to prove it. But he's coming home. He's going to have a lot of people probably in town. He's going to want to show up and show out. He's at 7.5 sacks. Michael Parsons has been great for him. I just don't see the Giants holding them off. But it's going to be beautiful, and it could be an entertaining game, but it could be also a close game.
So it's 6.5 points. Are you taking the Giants with the points, or you're taking the – when you say at the end it could be a close game, you're taking the Packers?
Yeah, I'm taking the Packers.
Packers by a touchdown.
Yeah.
Okay. Listen, I'm going to take the Packers as well, and the primary reason is twofold. Number one, Packers are desperate for this game. They have not scored more than 14 points each of the last 2 weeks. That's a problem. And then, Bart, when you look at what's coming up, the schedule that lies ahead, from week 13 on, the Packers have the toughest schedule left in the league. And from next week on, they've got 5 division games still to play. 5. That is unbelievable.
And they got the rematch from an angry Dan Campbell team that got embarrassed in week 1.
Exactly. Packers have already lost their games that they couldn't lose. The Browns game and
Panthers.
Carolina. You could not, you're talking about keeping it real in the margins. They cannot afford to lose this game. I will take the Packers minus 6.5 in game number 1. Game number 2, Rams at home for the Seahawks. Pair of 7-2 teams.
This is tough.
Rams are 3.5-point favorites at home, which basically tells you it's a pick 'em.
Yeah.
So, Bart, where are we going? Rams, Seahawks.
I mean, Mike McDonald has been a road warrior. I think him and the Seattle Seahawks have the best record on the road since he's been there. I think he has, and especially like as an underdog, he's been on point. But Matthew Stafford, this is the tale to me of two of the real contenders for MVP. This is tough, man, because when you look at the secondary is what really concerns me. It's the secondary of the Seattle Seahawks. The secondary of the Seattle Seahawks, of the Los Angeles Rams, isn't good. Their front seven has been covering up for a lot of these guys. With that being said, I have to take Seattle in the points.
I can understand that, and I certainly don't fault you for it. The Rams, the one thing I will say, while it has not been great in the secondary, and Jackson Smith and Jigba is on pace just shy of 2,000 yards for the season, the one thing the Rams haven't done is give up points. They give up the yardage. They don't give up the points. Bart, they're second in the league in scoring defense, and at just 17 a game, I have to give them a lot of credit for that. I was not somebody that was on the Rams early in the year. Stafford, last 3 games, 12 touchdowns, no interceptions, and broken up evenly. 4 touchdowns in each game. I will take the Rams in this game, even though there's no home field advantage at all. I will take the Rams since it's basically a pick 'em, and they do have a 3.5 points to lay. You'd feel better if it was 2.5, but I will lay the 3.5 points with the Rams.
I just wonder if Devontae Adams and that oblique, is that thing healthy?
Well, we will find out. Dynamite drop in, Carlin. That's exactly what everybody was looking for with that great analysis. We will find out.
That's top shelf right there, man.
Exactly. Game number 3. The Mile High City.
Ooh.
Denver at 8-2. Hosting the 5-4 Kansas City Chiefs. Kansas City, 3.5-point favorites over Denver on the road. That game will be right here on 1050 ESPN Radio late Sunday afternoon. Bart Scott, Broncos, Chiefs minus 3.5. What do you got?
Listen, I tell you what, the more desperate team is the Kansas City Chiefs as they're trying to keep pace. Listen, they're not just behind Denver. They're behind the Chargers as well. So this is right now, if this playoff started today, the Kansas City Chiefs would be in 8th place. They would miss the playoffs. So listen, Andy Reid coming off a bye is virtually unbeatable. In his tender, especially with Patrick Mahomes. I feel like really what tips the scales in Kansas City favor is the fact that Patrick Surtain won't be available. I think even last week when you talk about the last loss before they went on the bye, the Buffalo Bills were able to get to Patrick Mahomes by rushing him in a concerted effort. The Denver Broncos are on a search for the record at 46 sacks already. But with that being said, this is Patrick Mahomes. I think that the Kansas City Chiefs, even though their defense isn't better than Denver's, I think they have a better day against Bo Nix because Patrick Mahomes is going to get his fair licks back as well.
Nix is the difference here. He's not playing great. Yeah. They're winning in spite of him.
Playing badly.
Yeah, and I just think that Spags' defense will have plenty of answers for him. I fully expect that to be the case. I rarely would take a team laying 3.5 points on the road going to Denver, but I just have too much trust in the Chiefs with all of that. So I will lay the 3.5 points and take Kansas City as well in this game. So the selections. Bart has got the Packers, he has got the Chiefs, and he has got the Seahawks. I have got the Packers, I have got the Chiefs, and I have got the Rams. Those are your picks for week number 10. Now, week 11. Bart, last question.
Mm-hmm.
Lions-Eagles Sunday night. We're not making picks on this game.
Spicy nugget.
It is a spicy nugget game. 6-3 Lions, 7-2 Eagles. Am I to believe in the Eagles right now?
You can start to.
I guess.
And not because of the offense, actually because of the defense of what Jalen Phillips added to their repertoire. Nolan Smith coming back last week. They've been able to get a little bit more pressure. They were only averaging 2 sacks a game, which is way low from what they did last year. But now that Jalen Phillips is there, now you can't double-team Jalen Carter so much, and now you have to play more honest. And the fact that you have Nolan Smith that came back. Unfortunate that Zaire Alexander isn't there. But, this is just a bad matchup for them right now because the Lions and what Dan Campbell did by taking over the play call and getting Jahmyr Gibbs and Jameson Williams in, it's taking their offense to a different level. But you got to have concern, and the reason why you should be able to believe in them a little bit, because defensively, if Shepard decides to go man-to-man against, the Philadelphia Eagles because they're a man-to-man defensive team, then A.J. Brown eats against man-to-man, and Jalen Hurts isn't afraid or reluctant to throw the ball when he sees this guy out there man-to-man all by himself.
The Lions offense and the Campbell thing, they put up 40 last week. He's never called plays before, and they put up 40. Like, what was I missing that was so wrong about what they were doing before that?
Well, they weren't having a concerted effort. Remember, it was all about Ross St. Brown, Laporta. They weren't getting Jameson Williamson in. People were calling him a bust, saying, hey, they paid him this money because they paid him this offseason, saying, hey, they're not getting him the ball. And they said that Dan Campbell had told the new coordinator, hey, man, we got to get this guy involved. Like, we're forgetting about him. And, Jameson Williamson addressed it earlier in the season, and it still went unnoticed. So, like, he said, you know what? Even though when you lose to Minnesota, took it from him, and so far so good as a first-time play caller. I mean, you talk about Jahmyr Gibbs had, 140 yards rushing, and then Jameson Williams had over 100. And those guys hadn't had good games by themselves or individually all year. It's been more about Laporta and every once in a while Jameson Williams. Even Montgomery had 71 yards rushing. So, listen, the game called through the eyes of a tight end is always going to have balance.
Well, my friend, that will do it for us. Jake Asman is in for Mr. K. He is coming up next, and you will know that off of the Jets last night, he will have plenty to say.
I could be Beavis and Butt. Jake Asman. He beat
Bart Carlin. We'll see him Monday on ESPN New York and on the ESPN New York app.
Friday with Hahn and Rosenberg.